Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy No E here with Belz, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Grab a Drink.
Hey guys, we are here today. We're having a little drinky drink with Jesse, photographer.
Yes.
Is that, and what else are you? What's
Painter, videographer.
Okay.
Jack of all trades. I do it all.
We learned from you from our last interview with Ms. Lisa Moreno.
Mm-hmm.
Both artists. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your studio and everything that you do.
Oh, you have a studio?
No.
Oh.
So,
no.
You're fucking up already.
I like that.
Okay, we wanted to try this out, so we did take a shot. So our bad.
So it's cool though, because it's its own like future everything. No. So I work from home when it comes to my paintings and certain projects, but like my vlogs for my YouTube and everything. But when it comes to photography, it's all natural light. Everything's outside.
Okay.
Occasionally I'll do studio shoots, but that's only if, the client really wants that professional, hardcore environment. Other than that, I free flow, and then I do videos. I've done a lot of fitness videos lately, and a couple wedding videos. Nothing too intricate, but other than that, I focus a lot on like my vlog for my YouTube.
What do you? Okay. What's your vlog about?
So it's tutorials about camera, how to use it.
Okay.
Whether you're a photographer, a videographer, cool tips and tricks you can learn.
Okay. What's your handle, by the way? Or what's the platform or what?
So it's on YouTube.
You threw a lot at me right now. I'm sorry. You're like, I was just expecting a photographer. I'm like,
what are you?
You a vlogger? You like, wait, chill, dude. Jeez, there's so much pressure.
Here you go. No, just look me up under JexseStudios. The same handle I use for my Instagram is the one I use on all platforms. So whether it's my Facebook, whether it's my Twitter,
which is pretty clever. It's I like the choice of letters.
It keeps it simple.
Right.
It's funny because it all started as a joke. One of my coworkers at Advanced Auto Parts, like way back when, he just kept calling me Jexse, like out of nowhere, and I was like, why? He goes, man, you got too many S's in your name. I'm gonna replace one. I was like, cool, and so it stuck, and it's kind of cool with the idea, because then I started thinking about it, and it's like you see crossing signs, like the duck crossings and everything, and they usually put an X to replace the word cross,
right?
And then it's like you see
Xing.
I'm like, oh, I guess this works out.
How long was that?
This is cool.
From when he chose that to when you figured, like...
Man, that was like almost 10 years ago.
And you still in contact with the person?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool guy. He moved over.
Like 10 years later, I got it.
And he moved over into Odessa, Texas. And and he's doing his thing over there. But yeah, ever since then, I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, I changed everything I did, and then I just like switched over to that, and it's been that for about 7 years now.
Did you just check his drink?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we poured him a drink or not. I'm like, did we give him a drink?
You're Gucci. I got
okay,
this.
all right.
And it's straight.
There you go. Called us a punk, pretty much.
I know. I was like, I don't care. I took that first sip, and I was fire coming out of my throat for like a good minute. Like,
yeah, that's some good stuff. I don't think I've ever had. That's rye.
Yeah,
man.
It's so smooth. And the reason why I choose that is I'm a big old-fashioned kind of guy.
Okay.
And I mean,
dude, we took a sip. We got quiet for 5 minutes. We were quiet. And then put some music on. This is weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what do we need for this podcast?
That's how it felt.
It's the best flavor for any old fashioned, and I would have said we could have done one, but it's just so complicated to make. I leave that to the bartenders.
It's a good mix.
I didn't even know it was bad. It was a bad or weird drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. A buddy of mine, he makes his own syrup. He does all kinds of stuff. And Mark.
So what does it entail?
So it's it's very simple but yet complicated.
Okay.
As far as the measurement, it means everything, but it's bullet rye, it's bitters, which entitles like just spices, I guess, in liquid form, cane sugar, and an orange peel. And,
okay.
I mean, depending on where it's from, what country, whatever, people put cherries, people put all kinds of stuff, and they make new old fashions. I don't even know anymore.
Okay.
Where's your favorite spot to get an old fashioned?
Oh man, it's
Your mouth
It's
got
tough
watery
to-
and
I know
everything. I actually heard it.
it's tough to say because I yet have to find a location in Houston that serves like a legit one.
Okay.
I had one in Seattle when I went with Lisa to Seattle, and man, that was legit.
Yeah.
And it just, I guess it depends on the bartender, but I don't know.
Was she pretty?
No, it was a he. Most
I'm just trying to be messy with
I
her.
know, right? Most no bartenders that do
He's
old
good.
fashions are usually
Give
all
a thumbs up,
guys.
girl.
They're all like, they mix it up. I'm like, all right, it's legit.
Okay.
So okay, going back to the there's not a studio yet, but what's the plan? What's going on with that?
Yeah. First and foremost, trying to work on getting the lady a special something, you know, so that way then we can get a house.
Okay.
And from there, you know, we build and more likely make a studio within the house.
Nice.
Okay, very nice.
So it's more comfortable.
Personable.
Yeah, and you want to make the client feel at home and what other place than at home.
Right.
But if everything works out, eventually get my own location, and then that place would be like central
Yeah.
for everything. It'd be like headquarters for Lisa to do her makeup, for me to do my photography. My sister's big into fashion, so she likes to, like, she graduated in fashion merchandising.
Nice.
So,
So it really would be like family headquarters.
Yeah,
for
pretty
the
much.
creatives.
It's like a powerhouse too,
Yeah.
because like she was saying that she studied marketing, and obviously now you're saying your sister does fashion, photographer.
Yeah.
That's a powerhouse.
Oh,
right
y'all
there.
are meant to be. Sorry.
Hearts everywhere. What's that
so-
Instagram filter?
Yeah.
I love it.
Man, so okay, you brought it up. So is that you mentioned that you have to get something? Is that something that we're not supposed to say or I'm gonna cut out? Like
No.
I say quite a lot.
I mean, maybe we can cut it out. I don't.
I got a ring
No,
now.
but she knows it.
Yeah.
It's a ring. She's past the hint point now. Like
Okay.
now she's like straight
dropping
up.
hints like,
She's
oh
like-
look, babe,
no.
look at this ring on Instagram.
Now she's like, oh, you see how pretty this one is? Or my hand's getting kind of cold. And like she'll do all these gestures, and I'm like, or sometimes she'll be like, I already know what she's trying to say.
She's awesome, by the way.
no,
I really
she's
love
just
her.
crazy on her own level, and I'm just like,
I apologize because I did, I was very flirty with her. But, you can't blame me, right? Thanks. Appreciate it.
she's a beautiful lady.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
She's a beautiful lady.
That was really hard. Sorry. But how do you get into vlogging though? Like, I like your mindset in the sense that,
How long have you been doing it?
right?
Man, it's crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all this because it's like something that I've been trying to work on myself as well.
Okay.
So I've been vlogging for I want to say a year and a half now, like actual vlogging. But I don't know if y'all have this as creatives too, because I mean this is an awesome idea, and I love
I've
this.
been called a creative.
Me neither. I was like, cool.
We made it.
No, this is a creative platform, and I love it because not only is it a podcast for your voice, but I mean y'all are recording and you can put it on YouTube. You can have people go to different ways to view this.
Right.
But for me, it was crazy. I have this big influencer. He's from Canada. His name is Peter McKinnon, and he makes vlogs, tutorials, and all that, right? And he has his own way of doing it. He's super creative, and just recently, he introduced another creative. He does leather goods, and it all starts with, sometimes you have this passion that you're chasing, and you don't see fruition in it. You don't see anything coming out of it, and sometimes you just want to like give up,
Right.
and you're just like, is this the right
Why
thing?
am I doing
Like,
this?
did I choose the right path and this and that? And it just takes an instant to like just quick something to turn everything around, and it proves that all that work you put behind everything just takes off. And so Peter McKinnon did that. He was vlogging for like a year, and then he took a year hiatus, and he was like, this is not for me. And I don't know what happened.
Were you
And-
following him before the hiatus?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, he just disappeared out of the face of the earth, and all of a sudden he comes back, and he's taking out these videos, and he's just banging them out, and I'm like, okay, these are cool. I was like, I see his path, and it took one video, and his video was how to take better pictures in 90 seconds or something like that. A minute and a half video, and it's tricks on how to do better photography, like using items. Got over 1 million views and something like that, and then from there it just took off. And then
people started discovering his older stuff,
and then he just started coming out with some fire, and it was like, damn, like it just took that one video like to make his shit just grow.
Yeah.
And just recently, same thing, same story with the guy. Similar shoes in my case, because now Peter McKinnon is 3 years deep and he has like a shitload of videos where this guy making leather goods, his business wasn't doing well, and you know, leather goods, he's already invested thousands and thousands of dollars in.
Right.
And he was like, well, I guess I'm gonna shut down shop, whatever. He stopped filming for a few months, and all of a sudden he's like, let me give this one last try. And all of a sudden he busted out a YouTube video of him making a wallet. Oh, actually it was like an iPad case, like a leather iPad, by hand, sewing it and everything. He didn't even say anything in the video. It was more like ASMR leather. So dope. And like, y'all gotta watch it. I'm gonna send y'all all the info.
Okay.
And it was so relaxing. And that one video blew him up real quick. And then everybody started watching all his videos in the past and all that. And it's been similar with me. I have my moments where I'm like, am I even doing the right thing?
Okay.
So I've taken a break. I haven't taken out a video in like maybe 2 months. But because it's half the year, different mindset, I'm like, okay, what can I accomplish from now to the end of the year that would just fucking make me go balls to the wall, hardcore, like noticeable. So I wrote my goals down on a mirror so I can look at it while I look at myself and be like, all right, this is what you need to do, and just make it take off. But it's really, my YouTube is gonna be based on lifestyle, tutorials, you know, videography, just my daily stuff, whether I go on an adventure or not, whether it's something I do here locally. It's just something to document, you know, my life and have people just experience a different side of me.
Live vicariously through you as well.
Pretty much, yeah. And so this is something that I've been wanting to do. Damn, that I talked a lot on that.
No, that's good, because we can relate to it, because you're talking about a year, and we haven't even been doing this for a year. And I know you were probably recognizing what he was saying, because I've hit that point sometimes where I'm like, I don't think we're doing enough. Like, we need to be putting out more, and like it. The good part is that I have somebody to do it with. Like I can hand off, like, look, I need you to do this, because you know we have our day jobs and we can't handle it all on our own. Which again, that props to you to be able to do that all on your own, because I know that we know that just two of us, it's already a big burden. And just one,
we get on each other's ass. Mostly him on mine.
Accountability.
But
it makes sense.
Yeah. So it helps, and I mean that's props to you to be able to you know, keep the mindset and keep going, because
that's what I'm saying. It's just the way your mind works. Like I enjoy people like that, and I think that's just another reason why we built this. It's like the mind of an entrepreneur, or just a brand person, making your own brand, making your own mark.
Yeah, and I love that. That's why I show support to anybody who does that.
Right.
Even if you have your day job and then you do this on the side, I give even more props to that, because Lisa does it. Lisa has her every day, Monday through Friday, you know, early in the morning till like 5 o'clock, and then she doesn't stop. If it would have been any other situation, and I'm gonna use my phone as an example, you know, in a relationship, you see couples doing this, and it sucks because you see a lot of people lose themselves in their phone, trying to live a life that they don't even have in real life. Whereas her, though, if I know she has her phone in her hand and she's doing this,
it's business.
It's business, and I mad respect that. You know, usually she'll be on Instagram and I have to be like, babe, and she'll be like, okay.
Hello.
Because it kind of is a trap in a way. We all fall for it.
Yeah.
You go in, like, let's say y'all sent me a direct message at first, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, I saw it, and then all of a sudden you fall back into the main page and you're like, and you lose yourself. Yeah. Right? That's just a loophole. But
that's what Instagram wants.
Yeah, but she's all business, and I like that. I respect that a lot, because she doesn't settle for minimum. But mad respect to y'all for even doing this too. It's like y'all are doing this aside from working a 9 to 5, and it's awesome. I took this leap last year it was in I would say April that I was just like, you know what, fuck this, man. I'm tired of my corporate job. I'm not happy. I see
what industry were you?
So I was in the energy industry.
Okay.
And it was crazy because, you know, you could make a lot of money, but then you couldn't. It was never secure. It was never a stable paycheck where you can be like, man, this is what I'm gonna get.
There's no job security.
Yeah, and so it sucked because at that point I was realizing 1 year in, I was like, man, I'm not getting a paycheck that I can depend on every day. I might as well do this on my own because I'm gonna be doing the same kind of work, hustling, trying to get clients and trying to get this and trying to get that. It's like, why not do it for myself? Leap of faith, and I just said, fuck it, I'm out. Boom. I started doing this full time.
Something must have pushed you to it, no?
It did.
Okay. I'm like, I don't see myself leaving as much as I love certain passions, you know what I mean?
And
job security.
That, and then the fact that I noticed I wasn't happy. You know, it's like I wasn't happy with myself.
Okay.
You start seeing creativity lost in other people. It almost makes you feel like, damn, they're becoming zombies.
You don't want to be like
I don't want to fall. Yeah,
like
that can be me. And I would notice that. I want to refill too. But I would notice that with some of the coworkers I was with, creative ass people. I'm talking about like their minds are sharp.
Right.
And all of a sudden,
trying to conform to the industry,
and
just
so
the lifestyle.
And they, you know, they'll make good money, but all of a sudden, like, that's all they care about, and their passion is just lost.
Right.
I didn't want to fall for that.
I think that's the difference. The creativity, you don't lose the creativity because it's within you.
Yeah.
But it's the purpose of how you're using it.
Yeah.
That's what kills you because
you shelve it like if you're not using it.
Yeah, it's a robot. Instead of using it for your own passion, like use that creativity, that skill, because I think it's a skill.
Yeah, and because I mean, there's a passion that you're born with, and then you know it, but then you also got to build on it. Because if you don't, then it just kind of dies out. And I mean, you see that a lot with a lot of people.
That was April of this year.
Last year.
So you've been 100% just photography and your art and stuff.
Yeah, man, and
that is awesome.
And it's awesome, but it's been rough.
It's awesome, but the fact that you've been able to sustain yourself.
Well, the roughness isn't that what makes it challenging and fun or interesting? And
it does, and I mean, this is where
to hustle even more.
This is crazy. This is where
it's making me want to quit.
No,
that'd be impressive, but then I'll be scared. You'll be on my ass times 10. I'm like,
yeah. I thought about it the other day, and sorry, boss, if you see this. Just kidding. What's that? That one Facebook post is, man, fuck my job. But if you're my boss, I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for everything you've given me. You know. But it's crazy. In the sense, like, oh man, I'm about to spill my guts here. It's crazy.
Do it.
So, you know, it's in the sense that you say, you know, it depends on the motivation and everything. And for me, my case, scammers calling me. What the fuck? No, so going back to it, it's all right. Leap of faith, 1 year in, but having the support system. That support system means everything.
Wow.
Like I'm gonna give you that 100% because I was already 4 months deep. You know how they say have enough to live off of for three months or something like that, right? Everything was cool. Lisa and I used to travel a lot, whether it was Austin, whether it was like here or there, like just places, and then that just kind of stopped. And I know for her, it kind of spoiled her. It kind of like got her used to that. And
it's a test.
And we haven't really been out within that time frame since I started this full time and everything, because then money gets tight. I have to learn how to save. Sometimes I don't make anything, and I have to figure out my way how to make this to pay my bills and not fall behind. And so I would make it. I would make ends meet, but then I don't have that extra income.
The luxury.
To take her out on a date, to do this. And it sucks because it does make me feel bad. If she hears this, I mean, it does. It's crazy because it's just real life.
Right.
It puts you in a perspective where you're just like, shit, man, I'm making ends meet, I'm doing well. Like I can live off of this, and kind of like put cruise control on myself.
But at the same time, it's a blessing. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
You know, it's a blessing because, like you said, it's a support system that counts, right? And the fact that she has stuck and is, you know, that you that it assures you that you chose the right person, because, you know, let's say you stayed in, you know, in the other industry, power, gas, oil, whatever. You said
Energy.
Yeah. Energy. Okay. All these words come into play.
Yes.
So, okay, energy.
I should have just let her keep
Yeah.
going. What else?
So, you could have continued working, having something solid, but at the end of the day, you weren't going to be happy.
Yeah.
And I doubt that she would be happy with an unhappy person.
Exactly.
The fact that, you're not having the luxury, you're not able to provide those luxuries, but at the same time, you're happy. And there's nothing better than accompanying someone that's happy.
Right, and I'm sure that between you and her, like, y'all know that this is just a temporary thing.
It is.
The ultimate goal is to have the income that will let you splurge.
And you both have that same mentality and heart, and behind it.
The good thing is she sees the vision that I see and the potential that I see in us.
And it sounds like it goes both ways, because she spoke super highly of you, and she said that you were actually the one that pushed her into fully diving into her craft.
Yeah.
And you can tell that, from day one when she started actually going full on in, super creative.
Yeah.
Super creative.
I mean, look at how, her success already. Like, the night we interviewed, she was leaving out of the state.
That was the night before she was leaving here. She was going to go pack.
Yeah, to Utah.
Exactly.
And that's crazy. And I told her, it's like, I remember the day she told me, I'm thinking of doing this full time, makeup, right?
Yeah.
And it was at BFit Gym where we go work out. Someone had asked her, can you do my makeup? And she was like, yeah. And then she did. And at first she was scared shitless. And she was like, I don't even know where to begin. And that just opened up that platform for her. She was like, I kind of want to do this.
It piqued her interest.
Yeah. She's like, I really enjoy doing this. It's something
this was before she dove into it.
Yeah. And then she was like, this is something that I really always wanted to do.
Okay.
And I go, well, why not?
That's what she said.
And she had a friend. She has a friend. She was a part of it too. She's like, yeah, and we're both pushing her. But sometimes it's a friend could tell you somebody, but somebody you trust tells you that. Mm-hmm. And then she sees the support in it. She was like, oh man. So she dove into it. Man, she started with a little kit this big, and now she carries a
bag,
big ass fucking bag
luggage,
with full of makeup, and it's high end stuff. And she really cares about her customers. She really cares about her passion, and she just goes ham. And I mean, she's always talking about I'm tired. I got to do this. I got to do that. But at the end of the day, it's like going to the gym. It's like you go, you complain, you find every excuse not to do something at the gym. But then once you're there, you don't complain.
we don't know.
We don't make it to the gym.
And you realize, and then you realize
I feel so judged right now.
And then you realize all right, it's not so bad after all.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you start,
you feel stronger when you get out, even though you're weak, but you feel better.
So
about it.
I mean, it just happens like that, and so she went in full force, and now look at her, she's doing big things, and I'm I couldn't be more proud of her. I'm just cool. Man, that's dope.
You're the hype man.
And I'm
go best friend.
Let's go. You guys hype each other. That's awesome.
It's good. And same thing for the Utah thing. She was like, so this girl just asked me to go to, travel with her for this makeup. I was like, man, you better, if you don't go, I'm breaking up with you.
I'll go with the girl.
It's that kind of thing. And it's you better do it. No, don't even hesitate. She's like, what do I tell my boss? Man,
she wrote the email here too.
It's
to her boss.
I think we may edit this out.
Right?
We won't get her in trouble.
No, and it's
so your grandma didn't pass.
Right?
You gave her face.
It's no.
No.
It's a miracle.
Right? She's alive. But it's
it's all about support system.
It is. It's a big deal.
We're doing this and we're not getting paid or anything yet, hopefully, right, to the universe.
Yeah,
but at the same time, the fact that he has a wife, he has other duties that he should be taking care of. And even my mom, like just lending us her whole place.
No,
So, little stuff like that just do it.
Yeah.
The push, you know.
The big thing that they were talking about was the Shia LaBeouf thing.
Oh yeah.
The Shia LaBeouf.
The just do it thing.
Yeah.
We were drunk.
Oh,
I
man.
think I was done by then.
Yeah.
Somebody was flexing. I don't know which one was.
That's how you know that my imaginary muscles came out. Like.
No, but it's true. It's as crazy as he is. I mean, when it's like just
truth.
do it. Oh man.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm big into reading.
Okay.
I love to read. Lisa's the opposite. I tell her, babe, read this, and she's like, okay, I'll get to it. You know, but she ends up hearing it from me anyways because I get so crunk and so hype on her reading that it's I like to keep a positive mind on anything that I do. Like I've shifted that because I used to be very pessimistic, and I used to be like, you know, I was like, maybe this will work, but what if it doesn't?
It's always a negative outcome.
So yeah, it was like my mind was like, I can do it, but it was always like the worst case scenario. What if that happens?
What made that shift? Like, what made you click?
So, literally just reading and something I'm grateful for is the industry I was in. It's crazy because every morning we had from 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. So they had a regimen which still carries on with me now, but just I shifted it a little bit. It's like you would have to be up at 5 a.m. go work out with the whole team.
Oh wow.
And then from there you go to headquarters, which is like the main place where you work at, and from 8 to 9 you have to read for an hour.
Okay.
This
read.
is an energy company?
Yeah.
That sounds like a legit.
They operate at a different level,
Very
man.
progressive.
They're very.
Where are they based from?
So here in Houston, in the Heights area, so it's crazy because their energy, like their train of thought, is what makes them as successful as they can be, but it also serves as a kind of like a downfall because they use everything you learn, all that hype, all that like knowledge. They implement it in the industry and the business that they work for. That it's so much that then it turns those people into kind of like.
Well, that's your lifestyle.
Yeah,
your job is your lifestyle.
Like it becomes their lifestyle, yeah,
right.
pretty much. Whereas for me, every time I was reading, I can envision that, but I was envisioning my business, my perspective, my photography, and every time I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get home and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I would write notes, and it was like, man, this is gonna be this. I'm gonna market myself like this, but it made me outsource books like Gary Vee. I don't know if y'all heard of him.
YouTuber.
Yeah, Andy Frisella. Then I have.
Is that what you read?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have books like the 4 Agreements, 48 Laws of Power, and Crushing It. Like so, all these books, right? Extreme Ownership of Leadership, and it is whether it's audiobook or I'm reading it, I pick it up and I'm just like absorbing all that knowledge. But it's what puts me in that like that good state of mind. And I think bringing that also has helped me where I am now, because now it's like I bring that positive energy anywhere I go instead of just being like, I guess.
But you were always into photography, right?
Always.
Is that something always you just knew?
I guess maybe sidetracking a little bit and getting into the origin of it. Like, when did you start seeing that you had an eye for photography?
So I've always been a sketcher and painter. Mainly a sketcher and drawing.
Like talking about always since like elementary, middle school.
Always since like beginning, and I can think about just drawing pieces of paper, doodling. Whether I'm taking a test, whatever, I'm always like making a sketch, right? And that awakened art in general for me. So the art form of art has always been instilled in me. Yeah. And
did you ever have like a dick face, like like in Superbad?
Oh, like just drawing a bunch of dicks?
Yeah,
no,
I mean that's more elementary or middle school.
It was more vaginas and
no, I'm laughing because I initially thought about that too, but I didn't fucking say it. I filtered it.
Right, it's cool, right?
No dick face, just vaginas.
Did you really?
Boobs. No.
How did you? How did you know? I don't know.
None. No.
That was
proud of this,
right? funniest one ever. It's
I recently saw an interview of Seth Rogen, and like that's like a legit story of him and his friend.
Oh wow!
Like that's their legit story.
Wow.
That's crazy though.
Sorry, so Google.
Sounds good. And then it wasn't until I got into college where it was. I had a professor just walk in while I was drawing, and he's like, "You ever painted?" I was like, "No." He's like, "On canvas?" I was like, "No, never. A brush, never on canvas." And he's looking, he's examining my drawing. He's like,
"What were you studying for anyway?"
So always art. It was crazy, but I always wanted like. I thought I was gonna do fine arts.
Okay.
And then I found out how much they make, and I was like, "Fuck that!" Like I don't want to be a starving artist for real.
Right.
And I was like, I like my gorditas and tacos. If I can't even afford that, then I'm fucked, right?
Right.
And so he looks at it and he's like, "All right." I was like, take my painting class next semester. And I was like, well, I still haven't taken like 2 prerequisites. I need to take painting. He's like, I'm in charge of the art department. I'll make that happen.
Wow.
Nice.
I was like, what? And he's like, just make sure when you fill out your schedule for next semester, bring it to me. I'll sign off on it. You'll be in my painting class.
Nice.
I did. I fucking fell in love. And it's like, I want to say halfway through the semester, he would just leave me in a corner and he was like, just paint whatever your heart desires, man. Just
so oil, on canvas or
acrylic and oil, both. Like it
oil.
was a mixture depending on what he was teaching, and
so so I know doodling and sketching is way different than using colors. So how was that transition? Like, did it open up another like freaking door to your creativity?
It's a different realm,
right?
Because then for that,
it's just color structure in its own.
Fuck, it's insane. It's crazy. All right, so think of this. It's like a painting. It's like a picture. Like a picture. Let's move the camera.
I had to make sure that it was nice.
Let's move this here. Right?
You're horrible.
Yes, look at that. You see?
I hate you. You know how many interviews we've done here and I take it down.
She always takes it down. I was like, look, the camera's. It's not gonna capture it.
Jesse's not gonna fucking point that out. Yeah, you have a fucking photographer.
I take my thumbs up back.
So it's like you see the picture there, and then you see this painting here, right? So
I don't want to look no more. I'm very salty right now.
So in order to print that, you got to look at it where it's like, oh, you can put it back now. So
now we need a close up.
So when you see that, it's like now you think of it how they print. You know, when it prints, it prints in layers. So there's a base coat, there's a top coat, and then that same printer starts putting the contour. So a printer essentially is painting a picture that was taken onto a paper. Same thing with the painting here. In order to make that structure, it's a lot of colors, but there was a base and then there was layers and layers. And when I got introduced to colors, man, I'm gonna tell you, I fucked up so many paintings, like canvases. It wasn't just like a natural thing. I had to paint an egg and I couldn't paint an egg. Like, you know, just you look at it, it's like it's a pinche huevo, right?
Right.
But the shading, the way the light hits it, and everything, it to me was
because you're creating a white.
And I was and it was mind blowing because to me I'm like, how do I make this look 3D? Like how do I make it look like I see it in my hand?
Right.
When it's flat, and then all of a sudden it's like you start adding this color, you start adding that color,
seeing things in layers,
and then you're like, oh, well, don't look at it as a 3D image. Look at it as a flat image and then just focus on the colors that are there. And that's what I started doing. Same thing. And eventually the same. And then the professor that's real cool with the main one, the head of art department was like, have you ever taken photography? I was like, man, y'all are just introducing me to like this new, like, right? Yeah. So even before that, I was still used to digital photography. But never like the hardcore editing, never like Lightroom, never Photoshop. So it was just like the pictures I took was the pictures I took.
Right.
And
maybe that's the root of your preference of just natural lighting.
The pictures?
You hit it on the nail, yeah.
Because he started off with not having to adjust pictures.
Yeah.
He wanted to capture this water bottle with whatever lighting's there. And capture it perfect then.
Bro,
not have to fix it later.
It's like you hit it.
There you go.
Should I just get a bromance?
Yes.
I hate
His
it.
mind just went. Psh.
You know what?
We can have
I'm gonna
bromance
drink
too.
more of that
Here.
bottle. Okay.
You're just mad because we showed you pictures. Don't be.
This is
It's
gonna
okay.
stick.
You want me to blur
You know
your
how
face?
long it's been up that I've been convincing my mom, like,
We've
dude, like,
done what?
We'll just add pixels in
oh
his face.
my god, I've been
We've
trying to
done
get
like
that
what,
down for
four
forever.
interviews?
Yes.
Yeah, this is our.
I've gotten away with
And
not
she's
showing.
always taking it. I'm like, look, no, don't worry about it. Look.
Okay.
I'm like, look, all you catch is a corner. Not from the GoPro.
Hell.
You're lucky my camera stopped. I heard it stopped like 10 minutes ago. But
Oh, that's actually why we stopped using one of those because
I have 30-minute increments.
I
and you
had
just
one
have
and
to-
mine was 20, and it was
Yeah.
like, this is not gonna work. But I mean,
We got enough of it to add on to the
Oh
card.
yeah, I'm cool. Like I'm cool with that.
we can
Hopefully
take
it's enough.
a little pause if you want to restart.
No, you're good.
No.
No pauses here. We keep going.
We don't done it for anybody else.
Yeah, we.
He's not special.
You're just.
I am mad.
Who the
Okay.
fuck does he think he is? No pauses here. No, and so it's like that led me on to like film photography.
Okay.
Like actually going into a dark room, developing my own
That's
picture.
legit stuff.
That was next level. That was appreciation to light, like which
Right.
we come back to, and then eventually.
How do light rooms work anyway?
Oh, they're so dope. So.
I get the concept of it. Light affects the outcome of it, but then like what are the solutions? I know it's not just water, right? Or is it water? Right.
No. It's different chemicals, and the way it works, it's crazy. You have photosensitive paper, like which is light sensitive. Yes.
Photosensitive paper.
Yeah.
Is it rougher? Is it more canvas like?
It's
smooth.
It's that right there, or
We're not
it can be
showing
any
anything.
texture. It can be
Okay.
any texture. Essentially, what it is, it's like if you expose it to light. Think of a Polaroid.
Okay.
If you take it out, like without taking a picture, if you just grab one and put it out in the light, it turns completely black, right?
Okay.
Um,
And then
and so try it. It's crazy, but don't waste your money.
I'm young.
Just take my word.
okay.
Just take my word for it.
Okay.
But if you take out a piece of paper like that into light, it just goes black, like
Okay.
just completely black, because the sun or light serves as exposure to it, right?
Okay.
So what you do, a negative, when you take pictures on film, I don't know if you've ever seen a negative, right?
Yes.
When you put it on light, what's supposed to be white is black, and
Right.
what's the opposite, right?
Yes.
So they have these machines where you put the slide in there, and then you press it, clamp it, and then the lamp shines the negative, and then the negative shines onto like a
Okay.
projector, right? So you put your paper there, depending on whatever size you want to print it, and the light shines onto the paper, which is your negative. So your image expands onto the paper,
Okay.
and that burns into the paper. Now, you put it there for 10, 15 seconds, and what you got to do is you got to take that paper out real quick and then put it in solution. And that stops the process to exposing. So that stops the process from it going completely black now.
I've always been fascinated with that, like the transition of.
What's
colors.
in the solution? I'm sorry.
So I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to act like I'm a nerd on that.
Oh, because you don't know.
I just don't know.
I thought you were being shysty with your information.
No, I'm not a
Okay,
fan.
so it's just solution.
Yeah, it's different
What
chemicals that stops the paper from continuing to expose and turning all black.
Okay.
So
okay.
so now it's only exposing what the light shined onto, which was your picture,
Right.
your negative.
I'm vaguely familiar with it because I have a friend who took that class, and this was like 2009. So digital was well on taking over, but in college they were still
Yeah,
having
they
people
teach you the
take-
basics. Yeah.
So I was fascinated with the fact, obviously black and white makes perfect sense. Like
Yeah.
obviously the black is white, the white is black. Colors, when they get colors from those negatives,
Yeah.
it still blows my mind how the hell they do that. And even more fascinated I am with, if you've seen, I'm sure, like when they take old film and they make it into color, like the JFK stuff. Like
This is
it's
insane.
like whoa.
Yeah, we've recovered some pictures from my mom. You know, that it was the older.
Yeah.
Vintage, I guess, and-
stupid process. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
mind blowing for me, and I'm like, all right, I want to try that, but
Cool.
I don't have that yet. No, and that just led me into where I am now.
So that it sounds like that professor was a huge impact in your
Oh,
development.
it's crazy, man. And,
What school is this?
And believe it or not, that was at Lone Star College.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I went to U of H, and then that's where everything else finished off. But that just made me take that leap of faith, because he was like, now you're ready for
that
to complete everything.
The fact that somebody saw it.
Aside from that, HCC or community college, like HCC or Lone Star?
Lone Star.
Okay, either way, I mean, Lone Star is still almost, I mean, HCC and, anyway, there's such a volume of students that go through that system.
Man, it's insane.
The fact that he spotted you, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because you can say, like, okay, went to a certain university, they're, it's not that huge of a funnel. I mean,
and they don't usually care.
It's more concentrated.
Because for them, it's usually...
It's another body.
Yeah, to them, it's usually like, you're going to funnel through here and then graduate somewhere else.
Somewhere we're going to funnel.
Yeah.
Like, he obviously said, hey, this, we're going to...
And for him to see that and then say, no, you got potential, so go then take off here, but this is what I'm going to recommend you, was insane.
That's cool.
And I'm telling you, think of a mad scientist, because this guy had like mid hair, gray, all frizzy. He's blind from one eye, like completely blind, and he can paint his ass off, and he was an amazing instructor. And I'm like, man, like for him to just be like, all right, you?
Yeah.
And he did it in the middle of class. Like, this is a no fucks kind of guy. Like, I don't give a fuck if somebody's feelings are hurt. He was just walking around the class and he was like, you?
Like, shut up, Steven, you ain't shit.
Yeah. You? Y'all come see me after this.
Wow.
I got something important for y'all. And everybody else, like, probably feels like shit. And they're like, oh, fuck,
they're
man.
feeling
like,
so proud.
You know,
my stick figure, like...
I'm gonna tell you.
Dude, I draw birds with the V still.
I would never forget what I was drawing. I was drawing some fucking...
The sun in the corner?
Yeah, I do. I still do that. I do.
Like the half moon.
Yeah, I do that. And then the V birds. I don't even draw people.
You're right, the sun is purple. What the fuck?
It's like, basic right here. Here's
I am. Like, shoot. Always I always do the same portrait all the time.
It's like, they're not mistakes, they're happy accidents.
Yeah. It's a happy tree.
And no, I was fucking drawing fruit. We had some fruit, some vases, like all like, and I was doing it in chalk, like
what?
Charcoal. Yeah, like I was this, and he was just like, all right.
Never the naked lady.
No, never the naked lady. I don't think Lone Star would have approved for that. But that led me, and then I went to U of H from there, and
trajectory. Because you do, okay, I guess one thing I'm impressed is, not only did you leave your industry and you just branched out onto your own thing, and you're owning it, but at the same time, using your skills, whether it's photography or art, you're also doing vlogging. Like, it takes a certain kind of mentality, and it's impressive, but what else do you, like, I mean, how else do you see yourself branching out?
Oh man, hopefully I want to start teaching, like one-on-ones or big classes.
Like photography or art?
Both. So,
do they really go hand in hand? Like, would you say that it's easy for a photographer to go into art or for an artist to go into photography? Or you feel like it's just because of your own path?
No, I would say art into photography more than photography to art, because there's a certain, honestly, like, and I'm gonna say this on the record, which is crazy. It's like, for me, I would 1,000,000 times rather make money painting than doing my photography. Like, I love photography. I love, like, something that draws me to photography easy is interacting with people. I'm a people person. I mean, as y'all can see,
I can see that. I hate you for it, but okay, whatever.
I love interacting with people. Why?
Because I got a bromance and I don't have nothing yet.
We do. Chill out.
I'll get there.
We'll get
I'm
there.
a slow mover.
And,
I have trust issues.
No, but you gotta break that wall down. Like, that's the thing. Like, why do you have trust issues with me? It's like, what am I? It's not like I'm doing anything, trying to hit on you or something.
You're not.
But overall, it's like, photography is awesome. Like, I love talking to people. I love meeting new people, and as a people person, it's like I open up and I love to hear people's stories when I take pictures of them. You know,
Right.
I always ask. I always try to make you feel comfortable. If it's the first time we meet or it's been the 50th time.
What's your client base?
Everyone.
There's some people that focus on babies alone.
No,
or on
everyone.
pets, or
Like
weddings, or what's your niche?
So I don't have one.
Okay.
That's the crazy thing.
Are you interested in finding one, or you're cool being a general?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about finding one.
You're a photographer.
So everyone's always like, find your niche, and then that's gonna be what blows you up because that's your focus. That's what people love. Like if you're gonna do landscape photography, do that. If you're gonna do babies, do that. If you're gonna do weddings, do that. I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. Like to me, it's about the experience. Period. And if I focus on one niche, what happens then? It's like I forget about everything else.
It becomes routine.
Yeah, and I forget about everything else. And guess what? If somebody says, "Hey, can you take a portrait of me?" or "Hey, can you do this for me?" Sorry, I can't, but I can find someone for you. Guess what happens then?
A portrait?
A portrait. No, so what happens is then don't here. Drink. I had to drink to this.
Somebody warned me not to drink whiskey, but we're here.
Well, now you know. Have you had any?
It does taste good straight.
Have you had anyone drink whiskey in y'all's interview?
Crown.
Or maybe this?
Just Crown.
Crown, but Crown's my drink. Crown's my drink. Like
Crown is good.
Okay, that's
Crown is awesome.
Okay.
That's why I gave several options. I was like, Bullet Rye is my shit, but
I mean, this is what we're doing it for, And trying to be cultured.
Culture. Yes. Now you're like it's wine or something.
I did when I opened it. I'm like, I smelled the cork. Very
this is a
refreshing.
1976 barrel.
Old barrel, yeah. I didn't say that.
Oh shit. No, but I mean, focusing on one thing will limit me as a creative. Period.
So what have you done? What are the different? Like, I'm curious because when you say photography, there's a lot. There's personal.
Let's go to my Instagram just to see.
Okay. And I have seen it, but even then, like.
I'll do a screen.
I understand
I'm gonna do this for y'all. After this,
yeah,
I'm gonna do a screen record of my Instagram. I'm gonna scroll it and make it into a video and send it to you, so you can just put it into the podcast, on the corner, so you can see it.
Right.
And the viewers can see it too. But if we scroll, and this is y'all seeing it right now. I mean, I go anywhere from fitness to lifestyle, almost like editorial fashion, maternity, weddings. Like there is no particular creative. There's no particular like, oh, this is what.
How do you? I can't say you don't compartmentalize because obviously you're doing it all, but how do you do it that you have one mindset but you're very broad? How do you kind of keep your, I don't know, maybe composure, your career composure?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So for me to keep it all, I guess, in one
under
tunnel,
your brand, because it's your own brand.
So it's the way I edit.
Okay.
The way I edit my pictures, I guess it's what branches and brings everything together, if that makes sense. So I don't know if y'all seen it. Like a lot of wedding photographers, if you've seen a wedding picture, the whites look yellow, like washed out, or certain picture it looks too dreamy or it looks too dark or too contrast, too much of everything. But that's their whole page, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's what it looks like. For me, because I'm so into painting and art, I love color. Color is like my thing. Like that's what brings life to the image. Like if your shirt's red, I'm not gonna make it a light pink only because it fits my profile or my Instagram. Right. I'm not gonna make your pants like a pink magenta only because it fits my profile. I'm gonna make it red. If anything, it's gonna pop.
Make the colors that you have vibrant.
Yes, your pants are gonna pop. Like your style or your hair, something about like I'm gonna make that pop, and I guess that's what people appreciate because it's like I keep it as real as I can, but I will fix it to the point where it's a professional.
It's attractive. It attracts your vision. Yeah.
And but that's my photography, right? And like I mentioned before, though, I'd rather a million times do my painting. There's something about painting that just puts me in a different mood, a different zone.
You hear that?
I don't know if y'all have ever, like, I'm an introvert by nature. Like, I can hands down be by myself 100 hours and be fine.
Right.
You know? It's like, I already do that already. I spend almost 12 to 10 hours a day without even speaking to anyone because I'm by myself, painting, editing, or whatever. And texting doesn't count because I'm not speaking, right? It's like I'm not on the phone, and
it's almost rehearsed.
Yeah, and it's like at this point, it's like I can do that. I'd rather that, but it doesn't mean I'm not a people person. Like I can speak with people. I'm not afraid of it, and I don't know if all this makes sense, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather be painting and making money out of that because it's an art. It's a traditional art form that I feel sometimes dies away as it goes on, because I see artists now, I see some painters, but a lot of them are using stencils, a lot of them are using the shading technique where it's like black, gray, this, and then a color, so it looks like a stencil, and they'll make prints out of it, like they'll make 1,000 of the same fucking picture, where mine are one of one paintings. If I make one painting, like trust me, there's not gonna be another one because I fucking do it.
Have you been commissioned to do paintings and stuff?
A lot.
Yeah.
And
nice, impressive.
It's crazy. It's insane how I'll flip a painting faster, and I mean.
Than a picture or a photograph.
Yeah, than a photo shoot. Because they're.
Well, it's also the industry too.
Yeah, but I hate people that use the excuse. There's so many people in my industry that is saturated. I hate that excuse, and I'm gonna use it. I don't know if y'all are religious or not, but like I'm a big believer in the Word of God, right? Okay. Whether you go to church or not, like everyone has their form of believing in God and you know,
higher power.
Yeah, and you can just chill and pray and meditate or speak to the universe, whatever the case may be. But you're like, okay, you know, it's like I trust in this because I feel it's a positive inform, like way of life, right? Well, in my case, it's like something that resonated with me was, and it was crazy. It's like, look, the Word of God was like, there's plenty of harvest, there's just not enough workers, right?
Okay.
Which in this sense, it's like, yeah, art, there's plenty of artwork out there. The people are just going to take it in, but there's not plenty of workers. In the sense that, like, even if you think there's an oversaturation and there's too many photographers, there's too many artists, there's too many podcasters, there's too many people doing the same thing.
There's no other person like you.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's not enough of them. It may seem overwhelming here in the Houston area where you're thinking about it, but if you think grand scale, there's probably not enough of people doing the same thing you're doing now in your field.
I get it.
Right? And so that's how I see it now. It's like, yeah, there's a million photographers I see in Houston. There's a million everywhere else. And I'm like, Instagram will isolate them for you. And then you're like, fuck, man, I'm nothing, right? But when you think about it, it's like, but nobody does it like me. Right. Nobody has my characteristics,
and that's the mindset
and
that people like Gary and even Jay Shetty, like, they tell you, like, there's not going to be another one like you. So even if there are, it's our fear. Yeah. You know, as humans, we're instilled with fear, and that's what stops us. Every single one of us. Like, yes, there are 20 other artists or photographers or even podcasters, but there's not going to be another you that's going to be doing this.
Yes.
And I think that's what gives us power as an individual.
And it sucks because we're trained, and naturally we're going to compare ourselves to other people. Right. We're just going to.
What's fear itself?
Yeah.
Are we gonna suck? Are they gonna say something about me? Like, you know. And
then you have somebody you like. I don't want to say idolize, but you mentor, like you mentally mentor off of them, and you're like, well, damn, like my shit doesn't look like theirs. Right. Or like, man, that was fire. Like
you try too much to embody what they're doing when you don't realize that you got to make your own.
Oh man, yes, and it's like, so. At the end of the day, it's like, no, just push out what is you, like make that happen. And then, I mean,
so you're saying you prefer painting over photography. Yes. At the same time, like, where do you see yourself, I guess, going? Taking more into, or just...
No, I'm still sick to photography. Like,
well,
so that's not gonna die.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna die. And it's crazy because I'm gonna keep wiping this
I know,
shit
I want to tell you to stop.
No, but I do it because I'm like, I know about wood and I'm like, I don't want this shit to warp. No, but for me,
this one actually survived Harvey, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so spill it.
No,
for the homies.
I'm just saying, this is a dripper.
No, and so no, for me, it's my essential goal. Like I said, when I open up a studio, it's gonna have an art gallery, right? When you walk in there, it's gonna be an art gallery, and then you're gonna walk into the room that's photography based, and then I'm gonna have my own room where it's vlog based. So I'm not gonna let any of that die. Anything that I've learned until this point is gonna live on with me, and I'm only gonna make it better. But just like anything, it has its stages. You're better at something that you started with years ago to now versus something you started a few months ago into now. So
True.
You know, it's like, yeah, I've done photography for almost 7 years now. No, actually 7 years. And but I've been painting and drawing for longer. And obviously that's always going to be better. It's always going to draw me as my favorite.
And I saw that because you're actually painting something that's gonna go out in August.
August, yes,
right?
yes.
What is that?
The event.
Yes. So I'm having an art show August 2nd, and
it's my birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, pre-happy birthday.
Don't hate.
That's part of the bromance there.
It's not a bromance. He said it's his birthday. I'm not gonna not gamble for his
happy birthday. What?
Herpy birthday? We don't want those. No herpy birthdays. But no, yeah, I'm having an art show August.
Yes,
We're
doing our job, guys.
It's kicking in.
Right.
August 2nd, I'm having an art show, and I'm gonna have some prints on my photography, but I'm gonna have a lot of paintings. Like that's what I'm focusing on.
Okay.
And so
you're bringing both of your skills together. Okay.
But I want my paintings to be like the
showcase.
Focus, yeah.
Have you done art shows before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done 5 or 6.
Okay.
I don't even know anymore, but it's been 2 years since I've done my last one.
Okay.
So this is kind of like a nervous kind of thing because now I know my style's different and everything's just
so you went into a 2-year hiatus.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I see where you're going.
I
see what you do.
There you go.
I'm listening.
Are you happy now?
I get it. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm drinking too.
They got this. Yeah.
I'm over here wiping shit too.
Yes, adapting to my life. Yes.
We're gonna be real pros, man. Wait.
Dabbing it up. So dumb.
Now, if you see our first video, like I was like very broke, man. I tell you, I got drunk real quick, real quick.
No, it's all
because it was the nervousness, and I was over here manhandling him.
Oh yeah.
At this point, I'm buzzing. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling good. I'm like,
she was beating up on him. He's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was cringe. a lot of cringe-worthy moments in that first one.
Your chest bump.
Yeah.
Out of the frame.
He's like, ow. But yeah.
No, but
August 2nd. So
check out my Instagram at JexseStudios. The link is gonna be there. You can buy a ticket, and any ticket that you buy now goes towards my booth space because it.
What does that mean?
So even though the art show is being taken place by someone, like they are renting out this entire space, and then we rent our section.
Okay. Kind of
So
like flea market sort of deal?
So I still have to pay for my particular section. So anyone that buys a ticket, it goes towards that, and then I just pay off the rest. So obviously, you buying a ticket means a lot to me because it means you support what I do, and you're helping me out with my booth space.
The opportunity to showcase.
Correct.
Right.
And so, excuse me. And so then I'm gonna have my and so you're gonna be able to buy my paintings. Okay. They're on the spot. Like just boom. That's the one that
for example, for that event, about how many pieces of art would you be ready to expose?
So I heard for this particular show, the space is gonna be 6x6. So I'm gonna have to strategize on how many pieces. Okay. I'm gonna take as many as I can, and then I'm gonna hang up my top pieces
Right,
first.
right.
And
see how you can work it out
and whatever fits there, and then I'll just progress from there. But yeah, and currently I'm working on a cool project, and it's gonna be the Latin culture, because this particular art show is called Creative Canvas, right?
Okay.
And they're very African American based.
Okay.
And so the main guy, Frank, and everyone else that runs it usually run it off Atlanta and North Carolina, like different spots, right? And they're very African American based, like a lot of African American art or pop art or cultural art. And so it's dope, it's like I love that. I support it 100% because you're representing where you came from, what your roots and everything, your culture, right? So no hate to that at all. And when they have other artists, they tend to fall in that timeline too, because I know they want to sell their paintings and they're looking at it as a monetary kind of way. For me, this time around, I used to do that, but in the sense that my art was more relatable in pop culture, right? So, for instance, if
I was gonna ask for examples.
If a particular artist was famous at that time, that's what I would do.
Oh, okay.
Or if a certain lifestyle was in trend at that time, I would do that.
Something trendy,
yeah.
Right.
So people would just be like, "Boom, that's what I feel like. That I love that. That's now. Let me buy it." And this time around, I'm doing a cool like cultural lifestyle kind of deal. So I'm Salvadorian, if you had to know that.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't represent the Salvadorian culture very strongly because it's misconstrued with the MS-13 and pupusas and all that. Like just
we love pupusas.
So and then people are like, what's the culture about? And there's not a lot of it. As far as that people can think of, but I can. I've been instilled that about my parents, and I appreciate that because they're very like rooted. So this time around, I'm thinking, why not represent the whole Latino culture?
Right.
Right. So one painting that I'm working on that I just finished is a Selena like painting that I did, but I made it into a loteria card.
Oh, nice.
Which is crazy because
they just had a Selena Fest.
Yeah, they did.
Miller
up, White Oak, great. Yeah. And so, so I did a picture of her that no one has really like. It's not your common picture.
Yeah.
So you see the Selena from the Astrodome where she's wearing the purple
suit,
or you see the ones where she's wearing the
white one too,
the sparkle bralette with the hat.
Bustier.
Yeah.
Okay, Jesse.
All right, correct me on that. Okay. Damn, bro card removed. Shit.
It's a bustier.
I'm out of this podcast room. So the bustier with the hat, with the rhinestones, right?
Yes.
So those are the pictures you see of Selena all the time, right?
Right.
Well, I did this like deep research, and I was like, Selena, it's like different pictures of her just like in her most natural habitat. And I found one of her. She has her hair slicked back in a ponytail, and she's blowing this bubble gum, like this bubble, like
That's
just big,
awesome.
right? And it's just a regular ass candid. You can tell it's taken with a fucking Polaroid, and it was like basic flash.
Now I want to see it.
It wasn't staged, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? It may or may not look like her because of the way it was shot, whatever.
Right.
But this is something that she enjoyed as a candid. So I made that particular image into La Dama. So I don't know if y'all seen, it's like
you posted it on
and I took it off, only because it was kind of like a teaser. I don't want people to like resonate into it. I want you to see it in person.
Yeah.
So I made her La Dama, right? Because La Dama is like fancy. She was like sophisticated.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like I want to show you her chill side.
How long did you keep it up?
Maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe 4 days, and then I took it off.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna show y'all, but the podcast itself.
Maybe what we could do, you can send it to us, but I'll only flash it on for like a second.
Nah,
I get the mentality.
They don't get to get it. Look, but y'all do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
y'all gotta go to the show.
I get the mentality.
Go to the show to see it. All right.
Well, August 2nd, where?
I'll give you all the info so
Okay.
y'all can share that. And currently I'm working on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a J Balvin,
Okay.
right? And so
Nice.
This is
I don't know
on canvas,
why.
right?
Yeah, this is on canvas. It's crazy, right?
It looks digital, like something that you did on like on one of these digital formats.
Yeah, and it's crazy because look at it. There's a stencil
Yeah.
to it
Wow.
where I've sketched. There's not a stencil.
Yeah.
I sketch it on canvas and then I paint over it. So to make a flat picture like this
Yeah.
look like that,
Three
Right.
dimension. Yeah.
it's another level,
I
right?
can't do that.
And so
No way. My V bird.
movie birds just like they have the sun on the corner.
Yeah.
And so I feel because I took that time frame off from my last show to do portraits, do paintings that like really resonate with me. These last paintings that I've knocked out has just been next level. And I'm like, man, like I can't believe I've grown so
Yeah.
much in this aspect.
From not being able to do the egg
Exactly.
to
Like
that.
to this. Now
Yeah.
I'm doing portraits and I'm like and
Yeah.
I mind blow
Do
myself.
you feel like I was looking at the calendar, wanted to see how? I mean, we're gonna put this video out
Yeah.
before the second. Sorry, Lisa, we're gonna push you back.
Yeah. That's messed up.
Sorry,
See, I need more girls on here.
but
I still love you, babe. You're the best.
what I'm getting at is though, it's like we're a couple weeks away.
We
You
are.
feel that pressure?
I do. Not gonna lie.
Do you function better under it?
I do.
Okay.
It's crazy. So man, I got so much shit going on. Alright. And being the fact that a full-time photographer, you don't know where your money's gonna come from. Like you really don't. And this is me being as honest as I can, as transparent as I can. So everyone who's a creative, anyone that's actually deciding to take this as a full-time thing, right?
Right.
You don't get insurance, so you have to pay for yourself. If you got to go to the doctor's, out of pocket. If anything you got to do is out of pocket, right?
Right.
That's the toughest part. It sucks, and it goes back to like, you know, if you have a significant other, providing for them or helping them out or doing things, it gets tough. You can when you can, and you just can't when you can't, and
Right.
it sucks. But then support system comes in handy there. Like if you have somebody that supports you and can handle their own too, oh man, 100% to that.
That's when you appreciate
Yes,
the team.
you
Yeah,
really do.
yeah.
Like you don't even understand how grateful I am to have someone like that. But when it comes down to it, like now, there's a pressure. I don't know if she mentioned, but we're going to Vegas this weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are, and it's me, her, and my sister. And my sister, we're celebrating my sister's birthday, which is on.
Nice.
It's really on the 16th, which is only a couple of days away.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, right?
Yeah.
So her
Happy
birthday's
birthday,
tomorrow.
sis.
Yeah, happy birthday. And so her birthday's tomorrow, and we're celebrating it in Vegas.
Nice.
So you think about that, and you're like,
August 2nd.
they kind
Yeah.
of surprised me. Like it's crazy. They surprised me with this trip
Okay.
because they just bought the tickets.
Wow.
They could have
cool.
bought it themselves.
Right.
They could have been just my sister and Lisa out in Vegas doing their own thing.
Right.
But they were like, we're not excluding you. We're like,
You
leave
felt
me
the
alone.
love.
Yeah.
That's
So I
what
felt the love.
It's a support
like, Yeah, no,
system,
and I
man,
felt the
like-
love 100%.
Yeah.
But this is like, this comes into play where I'm like, all right, they added that to my budget
In your calendar.
'Cause
in
it's
my
not just a
calendar.
ticket, yeah.
because now it's not just a ticket because I'm not gonna let them pay for my ticket just
Right,
like that. I'm gonna have to
right,
pay them back,
right.
and I don't have to, but I want to.
Right.
Like, that's
I get it. Like,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Dude,
It's
it's
not
her
a prideful
birthday.
thing,
That's
yeah.
your girl. Like fun. Like yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so then
Nobody would ever tell you anything, but
it just add things to my budget, but at the same time, it's like I don't. It's just added pressure, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it makes me work harder
right.
because I want to exceed that and more. Because that cap, the way I see life and the way I see things, it's like think about it. Just with anything in life, you know, whether you get beat down on something, it makes you stronger if you can survive it, right?
Right.
So now you learn from that experience, and you know I'm not going back there again,
Right.
because something's gonna make me grow faster,
Right.
bigger and better for it. So for instance, you had a cap for me. Now I know it's like, okay, now this is what I have to make next month, because any unexpected things happen, it adds to it, right? So then it did that, and then I'm like, okay, well then we're gonna have fun though. Like no matter what, my thing is like we're gonna have fun. So guess what? Somehow I was grateful and I booked a wedding, like right before the trip.
Nice.
And so I'm like, that deposit, that pre-wedding deposit, like for that shoot,
That's
give me some
your
extra
weekend
income.
budget.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's like my budget. And man, it's like God works in mysterious ways. Like whoever
Amen.
you believe in, whatever, like just believe in a positive, higher faith.
Yeah.
Man, it will get you through it no matter what. But make your mindset like that.
Right.
Believe yourself into that, because
Yeah.
if you're negative about it, it's not gonna make you grow.
I know. We between him and I, we talked about whether it's religious vibes,
Yeah.
energy, mental power.
Energy.
I agree.
We talk about different beliefs around the world, and I don't think I think we're the same in the sense that we don't really pick a religion or a sense of style, but I think it's like what you said. I think it's the power of. I don't know. I think there's just the power. Like, well, it could be energy. It could be, There's some religions where we talked about like, if we get our brains together, brain power, we're gonna speak it into existence.
Yep.
There's religions where it's the same thing. Like, I mean, even just what is that word? When meditating as a group, it's like a way better experience than meditating by itself.
Yes.
Right.
Different things.
100%.
Yeah, like
Yes, 100%.
every religion, and to me, I feel like I'm okay with every religion because I want to say 90% of them are based out of love.
Yeah.
Or positivity.
Yeah, I
and I
agree.
feel like that says a lot. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's not religion, like mental power, energies, vibes, whatever. As long as it's positive, you're gonna do good regardless, man. Like, you're gonna be good.
That starts off from the beginning, and I'll say it because like my wife, she's 8.5 months pregnant now, and like the little girl, she's like moving and like making her uncomfortable to the point where it's like she's like, oh, I don't know what to do.
It's no rest. Yeah.
And I'll put my hand on her stomach, and the little girl will just stop, like relax, and like that makes me think exactly what you're talking about. Like it's a sense of energy.
It's
just like, hey,
it's energy. Oh man, 100%.
I mean, just hanging out with people that have the same, like, just the positive drive, it moves you. And, like I said, when we started this, it's like, if we associate ourselves with people, like, even if we're just starting, even if you don't know shit about video editing, just their vibe, we're sitting next to, we're drinking,
just sitting
it's
here,
going to push us to do better. Yeah.
Oh man.
We've gotten shit from every single person we've had.
All
I'll
right.
tell you something, I'm for real.
No, so all right, and this will prove my point.
Yeah!
Yes,
Just do it!
No, and this is perfect.
I didn't even drink.
No, cheers to everything though. Like, pour her up first.
Yeah,
Pour her up first.
I'm-
And we'll cheers to that. No, and it's, oh man, how many times have you met someone, and this is just the everyday, pour me up, bro, like whatever you want. And so like, how many times have you met someone and it's like you instantly don't connect with them, or you instantly
Yes.
feel the vibe,
Yeah.
like you do connect with them.
You feel a cloud. of
Exactly.
negativity.
It's like,
There's just something not
but
right.
that's
I'm
just
like,
energy, like that. I don't care what people say. It's in general. It's like you can sense vibes as soon as you walk in a room, or as soon as you even glance at someone.
yes.
If you like, the reason for you to say, you're already like fuck that person,
and that's
because
something that we've touched base on with a couple people, like distancing yourself from those kind of people.
yeah.
Because when you do, it's like getting weight lifted off of your shoulders, or that thing that was holding you back. It's open.
So
Yeah.
so here's the thing, like for me, the way I work with people is, and this is my personal thing, it's like I'll meet someone, and the first initial thing, like I don't, whether I see them on pictures or something, I never judge someone. I never just like tell them. I just never look at someone and be like, I don't like them. Fuck them,
Right,
you know?
right.
Like, no, I have to meet you first.
Right.
to feel that vibe. Like that's my thing. Like there's some people that are out there and they'll just look at an image or they'll look at somebody, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's like anyone in general. You'll look at them and like even at a glance you're like, I really don't like the person. Person. Like no. You gotta give people a chance because sometimes you judge a book by its cover and then it's like it turns out not to be the thing, right? So for me, it's like I can look at someone and kind of get a feeling and be like, let's be weary. Let's be weary. But then, man, I get proven wrong so bad, and at that point, I'm like, man.
See, that's social media, like dating. Like I give y'all props, and it worked out for y'all. I get that. But I mean, everybody has like we're trying at one point to get me into. I can't because I feel like I'm very superficial by saying no to someone where I haven't even met them. But it's weird.
You're not wrong in the sense where like you're obviously gonna go with somebody that you find attractive. I'm not gonna lie because I saw Lisa's picture and I was like, oh, she cute. Like, you know, I was like, let me swipe on her, you know? And
I laugh because that's what I did with Brenda. Like I swiped and then when she finally like responded, like obviously I swiped first.
Yeah.
And then when she swiped back, I was like, which one was this? And this one's cute.
But you can't be mad at that because the thing is like you were doing it on Tinder. We did it on Tinder.
That's always the initial.
Obviously, Lisa did it on Tinder. She was like, man, he's cute. He's nice. He's cute. He's nice. He's nice. Oh, he seems cool. You know, and deep down inside, we may be like, nah, I was reading their profile or some bullshit. But at the same time, it's like
primal.
Out of primal
there was
instinct,
something that made you click and look for more.
Out of primal instinct, you're not gonna be like, man, they got this ugly ass mole, but their profile looks cool. You know, like you're not gonna do that. No,
I can overlook it.
So certain things like that, it's like, but naturally you're gonna go with somebody that one you find attractive.
Pick your interest.
Because that person may not be attractive to someone else, but that person is attractive as fuck to you.
Right.
So you go with that, right? But that's why I'm like, for me, it's like I don't base anybody on images, on anything that I see of them until I meet them. Yeah. It can be a celebrity, it can be anybody, you know. And a perfect example is like I met a UFC fighter in California when I was competing in jiu-jitsu for the longest. Nick Diaz, I don't know if y'all know him.
Yeah.
Man, you see him on the cage and he's a fucking asshole.
Is he one of the brothers?
Yes.
Right?
So he's an asshole and he's like, this to everybody.
That makes him look hot.
His whole attitude is like,
it looks attractive.
His whole attitude is like, fuck the world, I own this shit.
Yeah,
you know?
because he's good. He can.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a good ass fighter. So like, you look at him and he's like, fuck this, fuck that, right? And so you see that and you're like, man, I'm sure that guy's an asshole.
Right.
Bro, I was...
That's his persona, his online persona.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I was in a competition doing jiu-jitsu. I just finished my tournament and everything. I was exhausted, but I was walking around the stadium and then big fighters, celebrities and everything go to these fights because they see like these people fighting. And I ran into him and he was with his girlfriend, but you know, I was nice enough to be like, oh shit.
She was clean.
She's doing it too.
It's hit me. I'm good.
I was like, Nick Diaz? Oh my. And I was like, can I take a picture with you, man, please? Like, it's like, I was to be nice and everything. It was like, if not, it's cool, I understand, you know, whatever. Man, he has this mean mug face and he's just like, he looked at me and he goes, yeah, man, come on, it's cool. And it was cool because that picture turned out to be me, my coach, him, and someone else, and his girlfriend, and we're all just like this, and we took the picture, and he does this traditional like mean mug, and boom, we took the picture. I shook his hand and everything. I was like, man, you're a great fighter, this and that. He's like, appreciate it, man, thank you, and just walked away. But he wasn't an asshole, and then that surprises you, because sometimes we judge people on that. We judge people on the way they look, you know, and whatever, and then we immediately think is like, oh, they're better looking than us, or they're this, they're that, and it just sucks because we make this preface of someone,
preconceived notions,
without even meeting them, and they turn out to be badass. And so it's like, man, to me, it's like that's why. One, photography is cool because I get to meet so many people and I get to understand their lifestyle, even their stories, because some people have been through a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, they have a dark history. First of all, I was like,
and you wouldn't even been able to tell sometimes.
First of all, I'm like, damn, that's dark. Like, but
to me, it surprises me. Like, even when people that would have like dark pasts, it's like at an initial point you wouldn't have ever thought, because they come off as very happy-go-lucky or just satisfied with their life. And it's like, and then when you get to know them and you get their story, and I was like, oh shit, dude. Like, and to me, it's like, how can you be so fucking positive? Or how can you still be here acting? Like, I would have been like wallowing in my room.
It makes you self-analyze and like, why am I?
But it's like, but then it makes you understand like what target you similar as these podcasts. Like, this is amazing. This is why I love y'all doing this, because it brings up things on people. It's like what hit that switch on you?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
and it's different for everybody.
Because for y'all, obviously, if y'all ask somebody to get interviewed, it may be because something y'all saw in them, found it attractive, and be like, I want to interview that person. But then you find out the real deep, dark secrets, or they start, obviously, like something that Lisa it's funny because just this Sunday, Lisa and I were talking, and then she's never heard of, sober thoughts, or drunken words or sober thoughts. She's never heard of that. And it's a saying, it's an old saying. It's like pretty much saying the things that you say when you're drunk, you're saying it when, like,
because you've been thinking it.
You've been thinking it when you're sober.
This stuff, it takes away that filter.
And it does, man. And it's crazy because a lot of times you end up finding out people start spilling out their dark secrets, or start spilling out little things that you may edit, you may not edit out, or they decide to keep on there because it's something they feel finally confident about releasing. But it's like, damn, like, never judge a book by its cover, because you never know what kind of person you may meet. You may meet a really good friend, or you may know the worst person in the world, but at the same time, it's like, until then, like, don't just...
Well, you learn from it, whether it's I want to be like them or I want to be nothing like them.
It's like,
that's not
do you want them in your circle or not? That's the thing. Because I'm a big believer of you are, or you grow whoever's in your circle. Like, that's, I'm a big believer in that.
You're
because
molded by the situations you live through and the people around.
But
and it also takes to you realizing, are you the bad toxic person in that circle, because if not, then you have to change your shit.
True, but I feel like these talks, like, I feel like, I could have been 16, 18, 23, whatever, listening to this, and it's just hard to incorporate into your own life. And I feel like life teaches you your own lessons. And I'm at a point where, like I said, I could have heard this exact same thing when I was 16, 18, 23, even 27. But now it's like, it all makes sense.
You're like 40 now, right?
Shut the fuck. Do you see, man? It's okay.
But no, going along with what you're saying, I agree.
It makes you appreciate.
But the fact that we're interviewing so many different kind of
people, but it makes you appreciate
even. Somebody might not
even
connect with Jess. No. But somebody might connect with Jennifer.
Right.
The way the different scenarios, like for example, his scenario with his professor. Maybe somebody's watching and it's like they've had that professor, they kind of blew him off, like, whatever. He doesn't know what that was talking about. But then they hear his story and it's like, well, maybe I should pay attention to the one guy that actually paid attention to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think even our errors, our mistakes, or our bad experiences force you to see things differently. Yeah. Because, like I said, I could have heard this when I was 16. I thought I was like smarter than everyone. I'm like, no, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what's gonna happen. Now I was like, yeah, you see all that bad shit that happened? You should learn from that. Not do it again.
So aside from your professor, like saying, hey, you should take my class. Like, what was day one? Jesse's like saying, man, I like taking pictures, or I like painting. Like, what happened? Something to help somebody that's watching. They think, all right, maybe this art thing can maybe turn into something. Maybe this photography. What triggered Jesse? What did you say when you started? Like 10 years old, 8 years old?
Yeah.
What is an 8-year-old viewer, 10-year-old viewer that's watching right now? What are the highlights here, or flags? They're like, man, this is what I might be doing.
Well, I hope an 8-year-old has their parent next to them if they're watching this.
Okay.
If anything, I hope their parent tells them or sees the potential in them. Like, something that and this is now coming from a real deep place and like a real legit place. It's like, all right, being first generation Latino, yeah, no, like this is like those brave things they say now, right? Okay. No, but being first generation Latino is like, you never really get that I'm proud of you, son, or that, or that I really love what you're doing, or this and that, right? Because you know your parents sacrificed everything in their life, and you know, like, I can get very emotional about this.
Serious.
No, I can get very emotional about this, but like for me, it's like, go ahead, and
my mommy's in the room, and
you gonna go hug her?
Yeah.
Yes, but no, they came here from wherever they came from. Yeah. You know, it could be anywhere outside the United States, because this country right now, I can't.
Right.
I have a lot of thoughts about it, but wherever your parents came from, they sacrificed everything.
Yeah.
Their loving family. If they had a loving family, they sacrificed that. If they didn't, they ran away from them, or chaos, or whatever, extortion, whatever it could be. They came here, saying, like, I can hear your mom, but they came here and they were like, we're looking for a better life. Right. So they came here, sacrificed all that, and then they see their son, their daughter, talking about, I want to be an artist. And then they're like, no, nigga, you should be an architect, or you should be a doctor, un abogado, algo, right? And then they're saying that, and then you're just like,
quiere pintar Spider-Man.
Right? And then it's like, oh, pinche superhéroes, and I don't know, this fool painting J Balvin now, and what the fuck is that? You know, so it's like, ¿quién se cree? Bien artista, and, you know, it's like,
pinche Picasso.
Hijo, ¿por qué no escoges un trabajo que de verdad te da dinero? And for them, that's all they think about, money. And because overall, they want a better life for you than what they had.
Because that's what they were.
Yes.
That's what they wanted, something.
That's
better.
What I'm saying.
And so
these hobbies, these dreams of ours, it's something that in their countries is not even a possibility.
No, it's not.
I think that's the big culture clash. It's not that we're wrong.
No.
It's just that we're brought up in this American dream where you can do anything you want, and that's not something that's even a possibility in other countries.
Nope. Because
so I feel like that's something, like, we're spoiled, but at the same time, it takes someone to understand. Like,
but
you understand that exactly.
Yeah.
Because you understand that you understand where your parents are coming from.
Yeah. Like, I don't take that for granted.
Right.
One bit. Like, I see my dad, how hard he works. I see my mom, how hard she works. And I'm like, y'all came here and sacrificed everything. And here I am going, I'm a photographer, artist, and videographer. Like, what's up? And then I got my sister who graduated in fashion merchandising, working in oil and gas. And I got Lisa working in the pipe industry. And they're all first generations. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm the oldest out of all three. And I'm like, I'm a fucking artist. What's up? You know, like, talk to me about it. And yeah, I get the back end of it, but this is where that mentality shift comes in hand, because I can easily let my parents or anyone else break me down and be like, are you sure art or even the creative life is something you want to be in? And I'm like, yeah, like 100%. I would always tell you 100%, because man, even till this day, I hear my parents telling me, it's like, hijo, ¿por qué no te buscas un trabajo que, you know, te va a dar beneficios, and it's going to give you this, and it's going to give you that, and you're going to grow out of it, and you're going to get benefits, and this and that. And I'm like, because it's not in me now. Like, I know, I've been there, done that. I've been.
It makes you feel a type of negative.
It does.
Right? It brings you down in a way.
It sucks in the fact that, like, your parents, like, and this is my experience, and I'm gonna tell you, this is being real now. Like,
and I'm gonna follow. I have a follow up with that, man.
So, my parents see my artwork now. They see my artwork now from what it was now back then, and then they see my photography, and they see this, and they see that. They see how I cover weddings, and they see my artwork. While I'm working, as long as I have clients, they're excited. They're like, man, you're getting money. Because that's what they see. You're getting money, you're getting paid. And they see my images, they see my paintings, and they're like, hijo, it looks beautiful, it looks this. As soon as there's a slope,
they enter panic.
A little bit of a struggle.
They enter panic mode. They're like, we're not worried about you. We're not worried about us. We're worried about you. That's what they say, because they don't want to make it seem like
I understand.
They don't make
because to them it's like, man, I sacrificed everything to get here, and then you're not succeeding.
Willing to slack.
They feel
because like they're no, it's not even that. It's like they're like, because there's no point in time they don't see everything I did, because obviously I graduated, I did this, I did that, I went through everything that they wanted me to go through.
But they don't see the payout.
My sister did too, but my sister's actually making that consistent money. She's working in the oil and gas chemical field, even though she did fashion merchandising. And for them it's like, hijo, get a job that's gonna pay you consistently, pay you a job that's gonna pay you well, insurance coverages. They just want me to be secure. I can understand that 100%. 100. I don't care what they say. Like, I know their vision. For me, it's like they want to see me in a better lifestyle.
Right.
And not in a better lifestyle, but in a sense of like everything's secure.
Yes.
Everything is set. That's what they want to see.
As any parent would want to. Right.
Because of what they came from. And then they see me, and I'm like, I'm struggling one month, I'm not struggling another month. I'm buying groceries, I'm helping everyone out, I'm helping, I'm actually now going, taking Lisa on, like, babe, don't worry about this, I got you tonight, I got you. Like, tonight's where I'm like, I don't even want to go out, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. And they just want to see me be in a consistent path of like,
they want to see you at peace, like any parent would.
But it's crazy because I wouldn't have it any other way now, and I'm like I appreciate everything y'all did. Trust me, 100. I love the fact that like my work ethics are like my dad's. Like I don't rest. I'm gonna find my way. I'm gonna find my money. I'm gonna find it. I love your mom. Typical Hispanic. Yes. That's my dad right there. Like my dad would be like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing back in the...
No. I know you're... We had a recording, like, I think it was Lisa too.
I know you're filming.
I'm like...
But I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do this. No. I don't care. But either way, it's like they do that, and it's like I don't want them to think that I don't appreciate that. Like whatever... I want them to know. I tell them every day, it's like, no, I appreciate what you did and everything you've done, and is that, but this is where I am at now. Like this is, and you know what? It's like, let me realize, because now it's I realize that, okay, I know my schedule. I know when people hire me. I know when they don't. I know to the point where I'm like, if I do get a job, I know what the job is gonna require. So it's like, if my job requires me to work Monday through Friday, perfect, because all my clients are usually on the weekends, at a certain time. If my clients require me, they usually hire me on weekdays, but it's later at night, so it's perfect. Like, maybe I can find a job that's Monday through Friday in the mornings. Like maybe. Like, so now that I've endured all that, it's like now I can be like, I know where I can assess all my stuff. But let me go through that. Don't put that pressure on me, or don't hound me about it, because then that sucks. That makes me feel like, one, it makes me feel like shit. It makes me feel like I'm not worth anything.
The guilt,
and then it kind of makes me feel like, am I even doing the right thing in my path? And like, I don't need that negativity, because one, I'm already shifting my mindset not to be like that. But if people around you, I'm gonna have to excommunicate. Like, it sucks, and I hate using this word, excommunicate, but I'm gonna have to distance, because I'm not excommunication.
You're not burning bridges.
Excommunication means you're never gonna talk to that person ever again in your life, and you're just gonna like, peace. I'm gonna distance myself from the people that are being negative towards me. And I hate that. And like, I don't ever want to do that with loved ones, because I want you to support me. I want you to be there.
Ideally, of course.
I at least want you to be like, I believe in you. I don't totally agree, but I believe in you.
But I want you to be enough not to doubt me.
Yeah.
Yes, because if I have to distance you, that means we're not gonna talk for a while. We're not gonna be in the same circle for a minute, and I don't want to ever do that. Yeah. Especially not with my parents.
Well, it's a loved one. You want your loved ones around you when you're thriving, or when you're failing, even.
Yes.
And when they're choosing not to be there, regardless, it hurts. I mean, you know.
It does.
Yeah,
it sucks.
I get it.
And I've been grateful enough to where my parents, I can tell that they're like, oh, come on, son, I know you can do a little bit. And then it's like, but they're not to the point where they'll tell me straight up to my face where like we're disappointed in what you've done.
Right.
So
I'll give you a little anecdote about that.
Until that point comes, I'm cool. We're all in the same circle. We're good. And they see me and they're like, all right, son, like, all right. We can see where you're going.
Right.
Yeah.
Little anecdote was I get you know, once he gets his, we have a little structure, little structure with the whole video editing.
You told me.
And he gets his stuff done and I go over it and I take notes. And so, you know, you see the screen here and my mom, like, that's her kitchen is right, that's her area over there. And she sees it. She supports me, like she obviously gives us a space and, you know, yeah, I'll, whatever you want to do, mija. But she's still critical. Mexican mom, right? She's like, your laugh. Like, she hates my laugh. And I'm like, first of all, that's just my laugh. Like, I didn't change it. And then when I'm drunk, it's like times 1,000. So to me, it's like, okay, mom, like, do you support me or not? Because the laugh comes with it.
Yeah.
But it's tough because I see the whole, oh, maybe you should laugh a little less. But to me, it's like,
it's not you.
Right, but that's what I tell her. But then it's like, to me, those little comments are like, should I not be doing this? You know, like, but at the same time, I feel the support. So I don't really take the critical as a negative. I was just like,
I just turned.
I don't know if you were louder with Lisa because you thought she was cute and everything, but at the same time, I'm like, I haven't been disturbed by your laugh at one bit. I'm like,
it's.
But at the same time, we've been more real with my.
It's been a learning experience. If you were to hear the earlier ones.
Nah, like, but still, like I would never want.
You see, do you notice that you
look,
both
like I'm
guys?
cleaning this shit again.
Wait, do you notice that both of you have microphones and I don't?
Yeah,
it's a learning experience.
No,
I turned down her mic.
Honey, this is not because we can't afford it.
Let's flip it over. No, I want you.
We have the third microphone.
Is this anything goes? Is this anything goes?
We were hoping Lisa was coming as well.
Anything goes.
I'm telling you.
No, here, you put it on.
Let me
for
tell
the rest
you.
Of it.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna pin it on you, and that's gonna be awkward.
It was.
Hold it, yeah.
It would have been.
I had to make it awkward.
Put it on here, I'll put it on my knee.
Put it on your knee.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We were hoping that Lisa was gonna be here. Like look at that cup. We're like, oh, she'll come, and you know. He's staring into the camera. I don't know. Did y'all talk about it? I don't know.
I mean, why would y'all expect her here when this podcast is with me, not her?
Because she's such a pretty girl.
She is, but
I'm sorry,
you know
man.
What? Damn.
Yeah, I got the bromance. I got the girl code.
I told you we're interviewing him. You're over here wanting to interview her again.
Her.
I was hoping for.
I'm a damn.
I was hoping.
I appreciate you.
Now I see the real truth.
Bro card rich.
Why is she all? She was all salty.
Okay, the bro card was taken away from that picture. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. She was the whole time. She was like, "Yo, I got this bro." The whole time, the reality was I didn't bring Lisa. She was salty from the beginning.
That is true. I wasn't gonna put it in your face.
You know what?
You'll see.
Now your face is gonna be the thumbnail.
Podcast over. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, before it is over, because I'm almost done with my drink, and we're almost done with the bottle too.
No.
Well, pour me up. Let's finish it.
Why not? There we go. So I guess that's a good ending. No, seriously, here, because this is.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a soft voice. You have a very nurturing voice, by the way.
Do I really?
Yeah, you do.
Like
you start talking and I feel like eased.
Let me tell you something about me.
Have we finished the bottle?
Yes.
Well, no, but that was 5 hours.
Okay, the Define Girls and Biotex. We finished the whole Jameson.
Oh, shit. Well,
the whole thing.
We got another one.
There we go.
We'll start off with that question.
Hey, that was 3 hours only. Because we started at 7. It's on 9:30. Damn, 2.5 hours.
We'll start off with that question. What was your choice of drink?
Bullet Rye. Main reason is because it's soft.
It's good.
It's good. After you get the initial,
I give it my respects.
After the initial drink, because they were drinking it with Coke and everything, they tried it.
It warms.
Because it does.
We had to get a warm. Okay, we got to taste how it, what the vibe is. So we took a shot.
Yeah, it was really good.
And we had like a 5-minute break of not talking. So
okay, first of all,
our respects to that.
You don't take a shot of whiskey ever.
We did.
You sip it.
We did. Well, we try to like shark our taste buds.
I mean, this ain't like the movies, where you ever seen the movies? And let me see the bottle real quick. You ever seen the movies and they're like this? They're like, it's a very serious scene, and they're like, so let me
just
tell you
quick
something.
swig.
No, they're like, let me tell you something. So yeah, so like they pour, and they're like, so and it's like neat, no ice, no nothing, and then they're like. And they just take the swig and they're like,
right.
And so the kingpin did this, and you're like,
Harsh.
fuck, bro? Like, you didn't even flinch? Shit.
Nah, dude.
Nah,
Taste buds are dead.
We
I'm
did that.
First of all.
Oh, and then we sat back and I'm like.
It's not like Game of Thrones, like fire.
Yeah, like 5 minutes in silence. I'm like, I need to put some music.
I'm like, first of all, bro, like, either you've been drinking the whole day.
I brought out the Cokes and I think we didn't need this.
Or your taste buds are just fucked up because, like, nobody just takes a swig of whiskey and goes.
Well, there you go. We're fucking badass.
So y'all are
We're alcoholics.
Get to our level, man, because we do. Okay.
All right, next question.
What's up? Ask away. Like here I am.
I know, right?
Fucking clean your wood.
So, drink of choice. Second, what's your song of the moment that defines your life at this point in your life?
I don't even know. Like right now,
yeah,
no joke.
What are you jamming to? What's your
right
thing?
now I'm jamming to J Balvin. Like, even though I'm painting him, like I'm jamming to his music, and I've been jamming to his music. Him and Bad Bunny. As much as I love.
Wasn't that Lisa's too?
That's because of me.
200 mías.
That's because of me. I'll tell you that. I don't care what you say. Look at this podcast. Check it out. I haven't looked at the camera directly for like 3 hours, but
I'm so
I'm gonna
intimidated
tell you this right now.
It's that beer talk.
That's because of me. Oh, you should have seen it. Tell her too. Ask her. My beard was like this.
Really? Was it when you first met?
No, like last week.
No, really?
Oh,
no shit, really?
Yeah.
Why?
So,
why?
I fucking hurt when I cut mine.
All right, so let me tell you this. When I met her, I could grip my beard like this and put the second hand here, and it was still like this much left.
Wow.
It was a lot of beard.
I think he did mention that, no?
But it was clean. And she liked
moisturize?
No.
Okay, because
I don't know why, but my beard naturally is like on point.
Okay.
My hair, on the other hand, no. I'm already.
I actually like the way your texture is. Your hair texture. Like, it's nice.
Thank you, but I'm losing my hair too. I'm
In what way?
Genetic code.
No, you're not though.
Yeah, no, trust me.
You can't tell. Well, I mean.
Thank God, but.
Nah, dude. Like,
no, but.
You have I think you have nice hair.
But my dad is bald now. Like, not bald, but like, he has like that crown and everything, like balding. And I'm getting to that point. And
stop wearing hats.
Yeah, that, AK.
No, like stop wearing them.
No, I don't even wear a period.
It fastens the process. I'm telling you. But okay.
I take biotin, I take vitamins, I take everything,
okay.
And this hat is loose. It's not even on tight. You know.
Okay.
I only wear it occasionally.
Okay.
Anyways, long story short. Where were we?
Song of the moment.
Yeah, song of the moment. Yeah, I got her. Reggaeton. She was all about country. Let me tell you this. I'm putting her on record because she told me this. She essentially wanted to date a white boy.
Okay, she didn't mention that.
Yeah, first thing she wanted a white boy, and then she was like, and then that's the whole JJ Watt crush and everything. She was like, and so
then she found babe.
And no, but we've been a big influence to each other because she got me into country. She got me into wanting to go to the rodeo more and everything.
Nice.
I didn't used to go to the rodeo.
She
got me some boots.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she said that.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, because she was like, she's like, oh, this and that. And then we went to the rodeo and she got me some boots. She's like, no, I want to get them for you. And I was like, babe, you don't have to get me shit.
That's hot.
I don't give a fuck. And she's like, no, I want to get you boots.
You better take good care of her.
No, I always do.
Babe,
I'll be creeping up on that girl.
I treat her like
not myself,
as best I can. Just like, 2 days ago, I got her... I cooked her steak.
Okay. Yes.
And I rubbed her feet. And I rubbed her feet.
You can't hear what the shit, so you're good.
Wait.
And I rubbed her feet.
I cook all kinds of things.
And I rubbed her feet.
I cook and I do massage feet too.
After a long day of bridal extravaganza, whatever, I hooked her up. So I was like, you know,
you're a good catch, man. Good for her.
I may not take her out on fancy dates, but I take her.
No, dude, but she's a great. I love y'all. I love y'all's chemistry and shit.
But
badass.
We keep it real and everything. So she bought me boots, and I keep them legit. Like I even got scars from those boots. I'm gonna show you because that's how much I love her. You see it right there?
Oh.
They scarred me right here, and then same thing on the other leg. And I was like,
it takes getting used to, right? The whole lifestyle.
But
I haven't been able to.
But I was never real with it. With like I don't know. I had to wear fucking almost thigh-high socks and shit. To like fucking wear boots because that
Do you wear high socks? Do you?
I don't. No. I was about to say I still. These are the exact same socks that I had on with my boots.
No. Okay, but your boots do the same thing.
No. But all right.
It's because he has actually muscle down there.
Damn. Look at something.
I saw that too. It looked
I got the picture.
It looked like a piece of bolillo. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
You got meatballs for me.
He's over there getting nervous with you, man.
No, I was like, all right, you got Kobe's on? What the fuck, bro? We both got Kobe's on.
No, I got the JJ's.
I know, I saw that.
Hey, you don't gotta worry about JJ.
You
don't gotta worry about JJ. He's engaged now.
I know he is. Yeah. I know, but that's still like she says, fuck that. And she says, fuck that bitch. And I was like, she talked shit about it. I'm like, she talked shit about it.
You're talking shit about your boyfriend in front of your husband.
I know. I'm like, damn. She talked shit about like the girl. Like, fuck that bitch. And then I'm like, oh yeah. That's how it goes.
Hey, you should start watching her games.
Oh yeah, I should.
Honey, right? Or something like that.
She's cute.
She's a good.
Song of the moment. Guys,
right.
we're too drunk for this.
Oh, my bad.
So Bad Bunny.
My bad.
What's your song?
Oh, right now I'm jamming to J Balvin and Bad Bunny's album called Oasis.
Okay.
But they have called Mojito.
Oh yeah,
the first song in the album.
Okay, I have not heard it. Is it?
It just jams. It gets you in the mood. Another one of my favorite songs from them. It's called La Canción, right? But it's more like I don't know why. I just like the way they sing it and then they jam to it.
Is it the lyric and the music?
No, not so much the lyrics because the lyrics it literally talks about how it's a song like somebody played the song that reminded him of his ex or of the girl that he was dating, some shit like that, right? But they're happy now, but it's just the song reminded me of something.
Okay.
The song to me has no particular meaning whatsoever.
Okay. Like, it's just the way of the vibe that makes it feel and shit like
Lisa, if you're listening, this song has nothing to do with anybody.
Directly.
And I have to, only because I don't want her to think anything. No, for me, it's like the song itself is cool. It's a dope song. It's like the beat is like chill. Look, you know what? I got it on my Spotify. Okay. Like we'll put it on the microphone just to.
Could we?
Well, we're gonna blip it out because we don't gotta get flagged.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get that.
The whole copyright stuff.
Yeah, man. I know that.
Third question: What's your go-to meal right now? Like, what's your cheat meal? What's your good?
Pizza, hands down.
Like, there's no pizza.
No, Star Pizza.
Star Pizza.
So Lisa,
that's what she said.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
Is it?
She said like they should have a pizza named after me because she goes there so often. Yeah.
She goes every week.
No, she said
she
said because she always orders the same thing.
Yeah. No.
And I remember it was provolone, tomato.
Let me find out.
Threw under the bus.
Let me find out.
Homie, baby, I was looking out for you.
Damn.
Y'all tune in next week so y'all see that.
It's gonna be like a Mortal Kombat
What's
episode.
your toppings?
Like Lisa versus Jesse.
What are your toppings? Because she mentioned hers.
No, it's the same fucking one. But now that I know she eats that shit every week.
He's like, that was my pizza.
No, we'll see what's up now.
No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
Fuck that. Now we're going. We'll see what's up now.
Break up an engagement, bro.
That's it.
Madden,
That's it.
she said
This was brought to you by Big
She just said that she goes and she always orders the same thing. That's that she goes there every week.
No. Every week? And you said
I
again.
said, not that she orders every
I
week.
thought she said every week.
No, she
All
didn't.
right.
She said,
We'll see what's
I
up.
go there and I always order the same thing. I remember
We'll see
that.
what's up. I'll
right.
get the truth.
All right, y'all
if
walk
she
in-
lies to
You
me.
know what?
y'all
Even
walk
if
into
I get
pizza,
mad,
what
I'll take
do you
her to
order?
fucking
Alright,
pizza.
First of all,
I'll take
it's
her.
Star
Shit.
Pizza.
Okay.
And
I'll take
then
it myself.
man, y'all don't even know. I know jiu-jitsu for 8 years now. I'm gonna choke
So
her
you
out.
better,
I'm gonna be
I'll
like
let
this. I'm
you.
gonna put her to
It's
sleep.
so
I'm
exciting.
gonna be like,
It's the whole coming back thing.
I'm
That's
gonna
like
be
really
like,
thrive.
that's right.
I thrive
That's
in.
right. Every week. Yeah. Go to sleep.
I thrive in the coming back part. You can knock me the fuck out. I don't care.
Man, I'm about
Just
to,
revive me. That's where I
it's
get my
okay.
high.
No.
Are
That's
you
it.
blushing?
Yeah. He's
She
like
is.
he's talking very
Yeah.
sexy. Like he's a very aggressive.
I'm putting
I
her to
see.
sleep.
I see why Lisa likes it. Oh my god.
Jiu-jitsu.
We got
Put her
to
to
20
sleep.
Shades of Maribel. Yeah.
Put her to sleep. I'm like this.
It's the
There's
beard.
like two
It's the
shades
beard
somewhere.
tug. It's the beard tug. It's the beard that gets me. I would moisturize it if it was me though.
Damn, babe, take notes.
If I'd be able to grow that shit, man.
And thank you for
She looks
joining
at me.
us.
She looks at me. She's like, babe. She was like, I like your beard. Don't cut it ever. And then I did, and she's like, yeah, it was about time. What the fuck? Oh, so you didn't tell me I needed to cut it. It's
Well,
like,
I feel
no.
like I didn't see it when it was longer.
But actually, yeah, you didn't
But-
say speak as to why. Why did you cut it?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, here's the truth. No, so I got a job. No, I got a job.
I think, wait a minute. You got
I
real
got a job.
serious.
No, I got a job. It's gonna be from to 9 to 3. It's like a part-time job.
Okay.
But it's something to give me a consistent income. But overall, babe, if you're listening, is because I actually want to save up to actually help us like with our process. You know,
Right,
like we're looking
Long-term
to get a
goals.
house and everything.
Right.
So this is just a stepping stone to that. And
Yes.
like I mentioned earlier, you know, I do know my schedule now and everything, like how everything works and what I need to do and all that. So eventually it's like, all right, now I know where I can work my leeway with hours. But she'll know, like, no, for instance, like my hands, like, do that. So I'm gonna have to play, like, I'm gonna have to go fucking.
And you're gonna do it, man. You're gonna do
so I'm
it.
gonna tell y'all, y'all don't even know this.
I can feel your vibe, your energy. You're gonna do it, man. You're gonna blow my
my
mind.
favorite person, like character, whatever y'all
Okay.
want to call it, is 007. To
Okay.
me, 007
Which
is
one?
like, no, just Daniel Craig, the new one.
Okay.
All right, so the past ones, dope. I love him, respect him, cool. Daniel Craig was I want to say he was the best one only because he was more relatable. He used
In what sense?
high tech, like he used the newer technology, but it wasn't exaggerated. It wasn't like the
Okay.
it wasn't like the here I have this Aston Martin DB7 or DB9
That's true.
with the fucking missiles and it can fly and do no. His car was like legit. Like his car,
Right.
he was like, I had to rob myself. I got poisoned. Fuck this. I got
Right,
this. I got
right.
that.
More
Like real
hardcore.
life shit. Like
Yeah.
more hardcore.
Yeah.
Still 007 spy,
Mm-hmm.
but new age, like real life relatable. So Daniel Craig is like shit, and it's like that's what I see myself as, and I'm like, man, like
It's
that-
less sci-fi.
yes. So it's
Yeah.
like that's the kind of shit that it's gonna go down like
Okay.
no exception.
That's what she
no
likes
anything.
about you.
Yeah, and
like, I
it's
can, like she doesn't have to say it. Like I can just tell by y'all's vibes. Like I got her vibe, and I got yours right now. Like y'all are fucking legit, man.
and to me, it's like
I see great things coming from both of y'all.
it's like he's legit. He's like real life, and at the same time, it's like in the movies he had the love of his life, and he lost her right in the movies. I still got mine, but but he was like true and he was like everything, and it's like, but he was cool. He was like, the whole time he was nonchalant about it and everything. Yeah. It's like nobody knew anything, and then boom, he fucking dropped it.
Well, I see. I feel like those were the best movies. Like even Gladiator. Like he was a fucking savage, but at the end of the day, like he all did it for love. Yes. Like he missed his wife and his child, and like the passion and even the sex scene was like, God, that's like
don't you hate that? Like a lot of people lose that though.
Yeah, but that's what makes it more valuable.
Yes,
I feel.
All right, like
that's the romantic side of it. Like that's what the value. Like
my favorite movie.
You're never gonna get that shit again.
Yes. 3 Gladiators.
That's actually a good question.
Okay,
what's your favorite movie?
300. Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what.
That's a really good movie.
All right.
A League of Their Own, but okay.
No. Yeah. Gladiator falls number 2.
That's not my question.
No, Gladiator falls number 2.
Okay.
300 number 1 because it was before Gladiator, and it was in the sense it was like, all right, you have Leonidas fights for his country. But at the same time,
fought for his king, not for the country.
No, he was king. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he fights to defend his city. Let's say that, not his country, because it was Persia, but it was still like his little city. He defended it, but everything was because he didn't want to see his wife and his son.
Exactly.
Like just.
That's what I'm saying.
What were his last?
Because they focus more on family.
His last wife. My love. My wife.
Are we gonna cry?
And something. Yeah, you can cry.
That was a manly movie, right?
It was.
It's not legit.
It was like
the last one was my wife. It was something.
He goes. I love you, my queen.
Yeah, my queen.
Yeah, my queen.
My love.
My life. And then my wife. And then he just like fucking just gets.
Dude's like,
bro.
Lit up.
But his whole thing was because of her. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like that's what it mattered. Like that.
The people saw him as for the village or for the city or the town.
But him was like
his wife,
his family,
and his son.
And like that's why that's.
It is bad. I'm telling you.
Number one, I can watch that movie.
Prequel?
I can watch that movie.
Prequel's good.
I can watch that movie 1,000 times, 300 times,
Dude, you're so cool,
right
man.
Here. like the dad joke levels, like right there.
Yeah.
But it's a dope ass movie, right?
Yeah, dude, like before you got here, like after the shot, he thought that it was cool to give me dad jokes for like a good 30 minutes. I'm like,
well, I'm glad I got here late.
It's giggle worthy, but like, yeah, totally dad jokes.
I guess I got here late.
It's so to see how his daughter's gonna be like embarrassed. Dude, I'm on your team.
My daughter's gonna be happy. My daughter, I know it.
That's crazy, man. I can't wait for y'all.
Man, all right. So that's my favorite movie.
Okay.
Because it's like at the end of the day, he does it because he defends his country, but mainly because he loves his wife.
Right.
And it was like, I need to defend my family, no matter what. You know what scene gets me the most? When it's not because he needs approval from his wife, but it's because he respects his wife.
Her opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he fucking kicks that dude into the tunnel.
Oh.
Okay. All right. And this is what I want to clarify, because a lot of people would see that and be like, oh no, he probably he probably fears his wife y le tiene miedo y no sé qué, and his wife wears the pants in the relationship. No, it's not about that, because now everybody's so fucking sensitive.
Yes.
And I hate to say it. I don't care who you love, what you like, and everything. It's all about feelings, right? Everybody operates in feelings, and people are very in tune with their feelings, but a lot of people are also very sensitive about their feelings. And I fucking hate that, because they're not toughened up in that section.
Well, you know what?
And like, I'm gonna say it like this. It's like, I don't care who you love. I don't care what you do and what, but at the same time, it's like, you have to be tough in the sense, like, you can't let everything offend you in life, because if you let everything offend you in life, it's gonna also it's gonna disability you. It's gonna hold you back. It's gonna hold you back.
Crush.
Yeah, it's gonna hold you back from what you really want. And to me, it's like, I don't care. I respect everyone and anyone in life. Like, what you do, as long as you don't disrespect me as a person, and like, and I'm speaking for myself. It's like, don't disrespect me, don't offend me, and don't try to cross the line with me, and we'll be cool. Like hands down, 100%. I don't care who you are, what you believe in, what you love, what you do. Like, I don't live your life. Like that's one thing for me. Like, I love that. Like, express yourself, who you are, what you want to be.
I feel like you're only going to be sensitive if you like compassion.
Exactly.
Because the moment you have a little bit of compassion, you're not looking out for yourself, you're looking out for the next person.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, if you're going to be sensitive, you're just selfish.
Yeah.
You're just thinking about yourself.
Amen. Yes.
Like, I mean, with comics, we went to a comedy show last night, and there was a lot of things that, can be disrespectful, be taken the wrong way. At the end of the day, dude, take yourself out of it.
Yes.
Right.
Take yourself fucking out of it, dude. Like, just fucking let him enjoy it. Like, there's gonna be another person that's gonna enjoy it more than you are.
Right.
Let them fucking enjoy it.
So, just before the cameras were rolling, we were talking about the comedians in cars getting coffee, right? So, I was telling him Seinfeld. I never thought that he was such a real ass person like he is in that show.
Right.
As he was in his
that's what made him so famous.
As in Seinfeld TV show, right? Well, you can tell that his belief with gays is a little different from everyone else, right? Like, just by watching that particular collection, and you're like, okay, but yet he still respects people, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of
he's saying it's just my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of the comedians that he talks about, or a lot of things he says, is like, well, that was gay, or that was that, or that was this, and it's like, and anyone else would have been like, well, I'm offended by what he said, and this and that. But the people that he's with understand where he comes from.
It's just a conversation.
Exactly.
Like, respect my opinion, I respect yours.
Well, I feel like
he's not
just
also
humor.
offending. He's just, he's using it.
It's just humor. Because for example, the comic last night, he did make a joke about, like, for example, about black people. And it's like, I'm pretty sure there was like at least one or two black people in the crowd. But at the same time, it's like, they were like...
Can you laugh about it?
Exactly.
Or can you not? Because at the same time...
Appreciate the truth behind it. Like, you are... Like, we were in Tomball. And he made a joke about black people. I'm pretty sure, like, I saw...
Tomball is a very whitewashed place.
Exactly, and it was.
Like, and you're just saying it because it's true. It's like, it's not...
Exactly, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, you're not hiding something on it. It's
because
like,
he's not... The comic wasn't racist, but the fact that that's the audience, and the audience is going to appreciate that humor, but at the same time, like, you can't take it sensitively because it's like, dude, check your audience. It's funny because of the audience.
Yeah. And so...
It's not funny because it's against you.
And something Seinfeld said in that particular aspect, in that whole, like, collection, he was like, look, are you really gonna go, like, change your whole material based on one person that you can't make laugh?
Right.
Or everyone else that laughs about it? It's like, you can have 100 people, and 100 people will laugh at one joke, and one will just turn out to be a blogger, and then write about it, and be offended about it,
5
and
or
this
10,
and that, and then you have to apologize about that shit, and it's like, damn, like, and it sucks that people have to go so sensitive and demeanor themselves because one person out of 100
entitled person.
He talks about that with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Where, like, Steve Harvey actually admitted about apologizing.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like, you're a fucking comic.
No,
let me tell you. Hold on.
You're making love to our microphone. I'm gonna have to fucking disinfect that one. He's really getting into it. Guys, help me out here.
No, so I've been on this, like...
We're not doing whiskey anymore.
Yeah, we are. Oh, yeah. Hey, I expect to be on this podcast 3 months from now.
Well, 1 year.
No, 3 months from now.
Oh, you're quick.
Big things are gonna happen.
Well,
AKA, art show happens in August.
That's true.
So after the art show,
do a follow-up after the art show? Yeah. August 3rd?
Let's do it.
It's August 3rd.
August 3rd? No, wait. That's a Saturday, right? Do you want to do a Saturday?
I'm done on Saturday. That means I don't gotta work tomorrow.
My only set days that I cannot.
And I'll bring Lisa.
Okay, we're done. I don't give a fuck. I'll cancel my softball game.
August 3rd.
August. Yes, no, we're done.
I'll cancel everything.
August. What the fuck am I talking about? August 3rd. Tandem with Lisa.
Hey boy, you said 3 months.
I think
That's like 3 weeks from now.
wifey can handle it better than he can. I'm just
3
saying.
months.
Wifey handled it better. All right. So shout out to my homegirls.
She didn't. She was hiccuping.
The ladies carry the team, okay?
Okay, when you talking about she was hiccuping and everything.
That was at the end.
Oh,
You're already
yeah, at the
slurring.
end.
We're not even done yet.
I'm not slurring. I'm fucking up my words.
He's not hiccuping.
Oh, okay. Both of y'all are okay. I'll get her back on here.
I'm sure you were high fiving.
3 months from now,
I can't
we're
wait
gonna do
to watch
this
that
one.
video. They're like,
You know, fuck a year. We'll do a year.
Babe, I'm gonna be like this, babe. I got questions for you because
Hey, maybe we should.
Do you
like
really love me?
or something like with both of them?
At this point, do you really love me?
An artist showdown.
What if what if the event happens on camera?
Oh, you know what we should do? She's been wanting me to do her makeup,
Okay.
Okay.
so we should do.
Have you ever tried it? Have you done it?
Yeah, I've done it once.
Okay.
I think I did decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But we should do. Boyfriend does her makeup while we podcast.
We can do
So while you ask questions, we have all 4 of us. You can be there. You can be here. I'm gonna let her sit next to you.
that. Please.
Question.
Oh, she's gonna choose that anyway. Trust.
And then I'll sit here
Oh, trust.
while I do makeup, and then we'll see what it turns out to be.
You don't even have to convince her. She's gonna say.
Oh yeah,
Trust. She didn't talk to you.
You
about
sent
me,
me
huh?
that message.
She didn't talk to you about me, huh? She didn't talk to you. That's right.
Let me text her now.
That's how I know I'm
Are we
confident.
recording? Is this gonna be on the video?
Because she didn't tell you about me. That's how I know I'm confident about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
telling you.
okay.
She didn't hear about me, huh?
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's right.
You can take that home if you want.
I'm gonna take that That's gonna be my background for all my vlogs.
That's fucked up. Nah, dude. Dude, you don't understand. Like, I've been trying to get that down for forever. That's my mama's pride and joy. Like
the only offside about that is that it's so fucking huge.
that's the reason why she's so proud of it. Like she wanted it bigger. Like if she could probably she would probably blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest size that she can get at that time. This is 17 years ago.
Well, you don't know me. I'm a restoration pro, so I
Don't tell her that. I've been trying to get that down for the past 4 years. I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna make that a mural.
There you go.
Nah, dude. Dude, I'm having hives now.
Go down by 8th Wonder. That shit's gonna be on.
When they have the quinceañera exposed.
Oh no, dude, like that's bad. No.
Mm-hmm.
I still hit on your.
Go on, there. You're talking shit. Go.
I don't care. I still hit on her.
Why are you blushing over here?
I'm not because she actually. Because I felt some feedback from her too. Okay.
Feedback. Oh yeah.
You'll see it. We're gonna talk about this when we get home.
That's right now. As soon as we get home, a little bit.
So where do you see your trajectory in the next 5 years, man?
What?
Where do you see okay.
When you said that.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because you do so many things and you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
So branching out, seeing how technology is moving forward, are you more focused on the vlogging and the photography as artists? Like, I mean, picking one, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That question.
Thanks,
that was
man.
good. No. You gotta look at me. Eye contact.
I'm thinking of like if I were you.
Look at the camera.
If I were you, you know, I'm trying
I haven't looked at the camera the whole time. I was like, I should be talking like this.
No.
But we can be talking like this.
we're talking like
right. No. 5 years from now.
Yeah, where do you see your focus point? Like, is it the vlogging? Is it the the teaching, the artistry, the photography? Like, just because you're so like in your own creativity, you're well rounded within your creativity, which is impressive.
No,
so,
that
where do you see yourself in 5 years, man? You know?
Hold on. Can I say my heart fluttered on that one? Yeah.
Damn, she's
like damn, like
you're saying
contact.
Okay,
that was a good ass question. I was like,
girl.
hold on. No.
Lisa's like, wait, hold up.
She gonna pop through like. Oh, you better not.
Well, we're good.
That's my man.
We're good.
Stiff arm. No. 5 years from now, like my own studio for sure.
Okay.
Like hands down, no joke. I'm gonna be doing.
But your own studio, like in painting or photography or both?
Both.
Okay.
Like,
okay. You so you want to soak in your skills?
No, this is what I see in 5 years.
Okay.
Like Lisa and I married for sure. Our own house, right?
Of course.
Like that's gonna be family time separated from everything.
Yes.
We're gonna have our own actual building or actual studio, like just where everyone can come in, and if she has weddings, if she has bridal trials, if she has whatever, they come to her. She doesn't have to go anywhere. Like if somebody's getting married, they're gonna come to her before they get married, and then they travel to their wedding destination, unless they pay her to go to that wedding destination, right? I don't care if they hire me for their photographer as their wedding photographer. I can give a fuck. Like, I want my girl to succeed. I want her to be in that chapter where people are hiring her and she'll travel.
Right.
If they ask her to go to France for a fucking wedding, babe, you don't have to take me. Go. Like, just go.
Right.
Like, I love you. Go. I want you to do that because at the end of the day, you're getting that money, you're getting that experience, you're doing what you
and
have to do.
she feels that, man. And
like,
she really does.
I want her to do that.
She feels.
I don't ever want her to feel at any point where I'm holding her back.
Right.
Because if that happens, if she feels that I'm holding her back or she has to hold back because of me, I'd rather her leave me. I'd rather her dump me and live her life because I honestly.
That's very real.
No, and I'm telling you because I don't ever want to hold anyone from living their life or their actual experience.
Fair, man. It's fucking real G shit right there, man.
And hands down, if somebody goes, hey, come to France with me, or come to Ireland, or come to Spain, or come to the Middle East, whatever the fuck, Indonesia, I don't give a fuck. If they want her there, I'd rather her go, and I'm not gonna hold her back. Because if I do, that means I'm limiting her.
You're keeping her from being her best.
And I'm being an asshole. Like
selfish. I think that's the word. Selfish.
That's the word.
You're looking out for your own self in the sense that you want her attention. You want
because
her time.
At that point, it means I'm jealous that she's not. I'm jealous that she's doing. No, I'm jealous that she's doing what she can for herself and not what I can for me.
Right.
Because at this point, if no one hires me to go anywhere, if no one hires me to go to a destination wedding or whatever to photograph them, then I mean I can't hate her on growing because I'm not getting there.
Right.
That means I'm not doing my part to grow where I'm.
That's right.
Where I need to be, and that's
so she kind of keeps you on your toes and growing.
Yeah.
Because you see her success. Because she is fucking successful, dude. Like, it's impressive.
No, it's impressive the fact that like anyone can ask her, just be like next day, and be like, hey, I need you to go to Utah
at the same time,
or Arizona.
But you know what?
Like,
but the trade-off is that she doesn't have. She has. There's not just anybody leaves your career
exactly
to do what you're doing. So I feel like that's y'all's trade-off. Yes, she's already has a success, but you have that fucking motivation and the drive.
Touching on the base that you guys are in collaborating industries, have you guys fed back and forth? Like, for example, she gets a makeup gig and you get a photography.
It's so crazy. I'm gonna tell you this.
Small world.
No.
Okay.
It's so weird in the fact that like, even though we're in the industry that we can both work side by side in. We don't. Okay. Like it's crazy. In
a good way or in a bad way?
So that means that you work with a lot of other makeup artists.
No. It's both. Like it's in the sense like all right. Let's put it this way.
Okay.
She has worked with a lot of photographers. Okay. Right, and she has, and she tells me, and she goes, "I'm gonna work with this person."
Well, because it's not her choosing; it's a client's choosing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That. Or other photographers ask for her like, to do trade for print and whatever, and she does.
What does that mean, trade for print?
So it means service for service. So I'll do
the pictures, you do the makeup, and then we do the product together.
She'll do your makeup, a photographer does the shoot, and everyone trades for free.
Okay.
Like the model trades for the prints that the photographer takes. Okay. Everyone gets the benefit out of something.
So it's a networking thing. Okay. Is that common in the art industry? I guess.
In the beginning.
Oh, okay.
When someone's starting and you want to build your portfolio, you kind of want to do that.
Okay.
Because it helps you build as a person.
But how does it die down?
You just choose to.
Okay.
That's where you take that leap where you're like.
You don't want to limit yourself to that one type
exactly.
of. Okay.
At that point, you're like, no, like I know my job is worth this and this and that, and then you start charging. And it's like, sorry, but
you don't want to work for free anymore.
Unless I come to you, or I'm like, hey, do you want to do a creative shoot? Or do you want to do this or this style shoot? And you say
unless you're excited about it, right?
Exactly. If I come to you and I'm like, hey, can you be my model and this and that, and we do something creative, and then Lisa does your work, and then I do your photography, and you're like, fuck yeah, I want to be your model, then badass.
Right.
We all like you as a model, no matter what level you're on. You want to be like, no. You can be no or yes, and you can be like, boom. And then if you appreciate Lisa's work, and you're like, yeah, let her do my makeup and do my photo shoot, we all benefit out of it. Perfect. Right. Trade for print. Everybody gets something out of it. But
so we already booked you for the photography, and then by association, she's gonna do our makeup. So we already
maybe.
He already said. Remember,
what kind of eyeshadow do you like, bro?
Well, what did she say? Pink.
Yeah, she did say
it's like a pink
tones.
Because you're light skinned.
I'm secure. I'm gonna fuck.
I can see that.
I'll rock the fuck out of it.
I can see that.
Purple, pink. I'm gonna fuck.
Mascara.
I see both of y'all as very. Okay. I'm having fun with this. Okay.
But that's what. But eventually, that's what it goes down to. And for me, it's
that's cool.
Now I'm at this point where like
it's very natural.
So, at this point in my time, in my lifestyle and everything, I'm like, unless you hire me for photography, or I ask you for photography, we're not gonna do it, like, at all. It's like, I don't care if somebody goes, hey.
So you're saying you don't offer yourself?
I don't.
Okay.
So, at this point, it's like, I only offer myself if I see,
potential?
all right, here's the thing. If someone's up here, and I offer myself, and they take the job, then boom.
Okay.
Even level.
Okay.
Same thing is like if Lisa were to be like, let's say she would ask a model or another makeup artist that was like at a like, let's say someone she idolizes and goes, boom, all right, I want to do your makeup, and then they go yes, like boom, yes.
Okay.
But other than that, like at this point, I'm like, I'm done doing free prints unless we both see a potential in you.
Right.
Because it's weird, and it goes back to the question. It's like, even though she works in makeup and this and that, and I do photography, it's like, do we always work together? We don't. It's like she's constantly busy doing her own thing. She's
just one subgroup in all the niches that you work in.
and then I do photography here, and it's like, sometimes we don't always work together.
Right.
As much as everybody's like, oh, y'all the dream team. She does makeup. You do photography. Do y'all work together? We don't. It's like because she's busy. She's always on her schedule, and I'm always on my own schedule. And the people that I photograph doesn't necessarily mean that I have a particular makeup artist because they find their makeup artist or they do their own makeup. And that's what happens.
Or they have their own style of photography too.
And then at that point, I'm like, I'm just shooting. I'm just like taking pictures. And then I don't ask questions. I'm like, who did your makeup? Or who did no? Like, I just do the pictures. Okay. That's it. Like, nice. But I mean, ideally, at the end of the day, I would want her to be my makeup artist for life. Like I would want her to be like, I'd want her to be like, babe, I got this like magazine shoot, come do her makeup.
Right.
You're getting paid. Like
we're getting paid.
Yeah. At that point, it's like
it's like a given.
Yeah,
if you hire me as a
it's
photographer,
like, babe, come do her makeup. Because at the end of the day, it's like, just do her makeup, period.
That's your package deal.
And you're getting paid, like, hands down, like that.
I mean, it's like when you go, like, for example, with the...
Vogue hired me to do their fucking makeup.
I
Guess
do.
what? Lisa is my makeup artist to go to. Oh no,
Right.
we want her. Nope. Y'all need her.
Right. It's like with packages, whether it's bridal or even quinceañeras packages. You know, you have you go to a limousine service and they're like, well, we carry these packages, and it could include photographer. It could include like even a choreographer for your dance or whatever. And I feel like that's something that y'all can do.
Shit, it's something I can do. I wasn't.
Y'all can do.
I was doing.
Because even with your sister as a fashion
man, I was doing quinceañeras from the age of 13 to all the way 18.
Hold on.
I was a choreographer. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay. I used to choreograph quinceañeras.
So you're a dancer, or you just saw the.
Ask Lisa. I love dancing. Salsa, merengue, cumbia. You put it on, I dance it.
But it's not your passion, so why didn't you continue that?
That's something I like to do.
Okay.
It is the hobby. It's not even a passion.
Okay.
It's like I love dancing. I love dancing. That's
okay.
It's like we
See,
put a cumbia.
that's cool, man. It's just a side note.
Jiu-jitsu, dancer.
Oh man, I told y'all, jack of all trades. Like you ask her, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like she'll be like,
"That's cool.
What do y'all do? What do you do?" It's like
everything.
Just an all-around person.
She
That's
saw
cool,
me
man.
do jiu-jitsu. Like I took her to one of my trainings, and she was like, "I can't do that. I can't see you do that. Like this is too much for me."
Really?
Yeah. She was like, she was there, and she was like, she saw me. It's like I was fighting for my life. Like jiu-jitsu is like training, right? But obviously you fight for
submission.
And
Yeah.
it's like, and I was like, all right, I fought this big ass dude, and he was like strong as fuck, and I submitted him, and then he submitted me, and she was like, I can't see you get hurt like that. It's like, it's cool, but guess what? This is what I do.
Right.
It's like, I don't know.
See, I feel like jiu-jitsu was something that
It's an art.
my brothers
It's
and
an
I
art.
would do it. Because we were very rough. Because I have brothers. We were very rough. We were wrestling, like we'll be breaking everything. But at the end of the day, it was more of a matter of respect.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch my face. To me, don't pull my hair. And to them, it's like, don't kick me there.
Yeah.
And that's mostly my mom's rule.
That's
like,
all it is.
My rule was not to hurt them there.
Yeah.
Because that's like the easiest thing. Like, you hurt my feelings or you hurt
Done.
me. Yeah. And my mother was like, you never hit them there because, you know, the dangers of it. So we had our rules, but we were very rough.
That was
we
it.
would put like, we were WWF like fat.
Here, don't
Just,
hit me.
Yeah, the face,
here,
the hair.
don't fuck with me.
Exactly. But we would push, wrestle, like, you name it. But I felt like that was my upbringing, was with jiu-jitsu, it's all about submission moves.
It is.
You don't have to fucking punch anybody.
You don't.
All you have to do is fucking get into a point where they just say give or you know, uncle or whatever. Yeah. And I remember my brother would just have pressure points. Like, all you have to do is fucking put the thumb in any part of your body that you know is fucking like, and that's it. You win.
What made you stop doing jiu-jitsu or UFC?
Life, just like adulting. But other than that, it's like Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, boxing, and like I did it for 7 years straight.
That's awesome.
Like no fucks given. So
I get it though. I get the thrive of it.
Did you get to like license and professional level or right competition?
close to. So I'm one stripe away from a purple belt. Like one stripe away, just being purple.
What are the levels again?
Like so
And
you
the
have
white?
so you have white belt.
Okay.
When I started, it was white belt. Then you had yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, brown, and black.
Okay.
So 8 belts. I'm at blue. I'm literally 3 belts away from black. But then from blue to black, it's like
Crazy.
You gotta go out drinking with him. It's like somebody fucks like, hey, what's up?
done.
No.
Yo, I'm done. I'm done.
I've gone there with
but-
cops and I'm okay.
But-
it elevates real quickly.
But it's like, I know boxing, I know Muay Thai, I know.
What's Muay Thai?
So Muay Thai involved. So
This
boxing.
is my first. I think this is my first time.
Yeah. So boxing
hearing this.
obviously involves just hands.
Right.
Just hands. Nothing else. Just hands. Muay Thai involved elbows, knees, kicks, punches.
So it's more like street fighting.
Yeah. No, it's just more So it's called the 8.
Street fighting is more everything, right? I mean,
Street fighting.
It's
Kicks
just all
to the
around.
nuts.
Okay,
kicks,
okay.
Everything.
So
is
Muay
involved.
Thai is
if
more
you street fight somebody,
structured.
if you street fight somebody, that means you're gonna like straight up demolish them with whatever you find.
Okay.
If you have your iPhone and you can crack it in somebody's head, that's it. Like that's done.
So Muay Thai is more structured.
Yeah, it's still punches. It's still like boxing.
But you still got the
then
joints.
You have your kicks, knees, and shoulders.
Just
and
the joints.
Yeah. Like whatever the fuck you want. Like you just destroy.
That's
somebody.
hardcore.
You still practice?
Yeah, I still do it. I still do it. I still train on it. I still like practice on it. I hit the bags and everything, and I go through my basics and everything. So that's always instilled in me. It's like riding a bike. You won't ever forget it.
Right.
You can get rusty, but you won't ever forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it is what it is. It's like it's in my bloodline now. But I started at 22, and then I didn't stop till like I was like 29. So
how old are you now, if you don't mind?
34.
34?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So a little older, but you know what? I still got it.
No, you look fit and, you know, good shape and all.
I try to look fit.
No, you're in good shape. I mean, doing all of that, I think that alone, I've seen jiu-jitsu fighters, like, you don't have to be like abs and muscles. It's it's knowledge. It's like
it really
body
is.
knowledge. I'm telling you, like, I get it.
The
I can't
best
do
way,
it.
the best way I can explain jiu-jitsu, it's like playing chess. Literally.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I can see
So it's about you thinking about the next move that you're gonna do to try to avoid something that's gonna happen to you.
But then also, it's more of a, you have to be defense, but at the same time offense. So even though you're trying to look for the next game, you're also trying to see, okay, if they come at me this way, I need to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
That's why chess is
literally
chess.
like chess. Yeah. Like,
you can have checkers where you're gonna do the aggressive one, but with chess, it's like it's a balance.
Yeah.
If you're too aggressive, they might still come at you like you're lacking defensively.
Damn, girl, hold on. What's your drink right now? Cause you're on the next level. High five to that.
I'm a chess player.
Damn, what you did? Hold on. Bring that cup over.
I chugged it like it's
Do you have
done.
more beer or
Oh,
what?
she's done.
Are you drunk? Yeah.
I got not.
Trae otra.
Am I drinking way too much beer?
Bring another one.
I feel like that's what it is of jiu-jitsu. That's why I give it its respect.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's very mental.
It is.
I've seen 6-year-olds be badass jiu-jitsus. And not only are they fast, but they know how to get away from those fucking pins and shit like that. That's why I give it its prop. That's really all it is.
No, it was like me when I started. It's like when I started, I was what, 22, 23, and I had 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds submitting me like nothing. Like they're like, "Oh, you're strong, yeah. You got wrestling, right?" No, I was like, "No, I've never done martial arts in my life." But thank you, compliments. But I got 16-year-olds manhandling me. And they're like, "Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?"
Yeah.
Because they had started when they were like what, 8 or something. Like,
so it's one of those things where you can hold your own, but you can't beat them.
But at that point, it doesn't matter. It's like, you know, as you're older, you think I can manhandle somebody, or I can like manipulate somebody, or I can like toss them through, or whatever. It's like, but no, jiu-jitsu teaches you. It's like it doesn't matter what age group you are. It's like it's all about strategy.
Weight,
it's all about body weight manipulation, and it's all about
that's
how
mental.
you think, and like it's all mental. It's like at the end of the day, it's like, holy shit, bro. I'm like, you can think I'm a 25-year-old trying to manipulate an 18-year-old, and here I am like trying to dominate them with my own brute strength because I am stronger than them. But then after you wear out and you can't tap them out,
they outsmarted you.
They're like, "Are you done? Are you done?"
Yeah. They outsmarted you. Yeah.
Tap out, and then you tap, and you're like, either I tap or I pass out.
You could have been dominant for 5 minutes, but in 30 seconds,
that's it.
You just got owned.
That's it. Like,
and you lost.
They can be exhausted, but then they have that like 5 little bit or more knowledge of you, and it's like done.
I call it a 5-finger grip, because once you get that full grip, it feels like when you watch jiu-jitsu like live, it just takes one good grip, whether it's a leg, whether it's your own foot on the floor on the ground. Push yourselves off, bam, done.
That's it. It's a joke.
That's what I'm saying. I respect it. Like there's, I feel like it's a top martial arts over anything.
Cinch. That's it. They're done.
I've seen Krav Maga. I've seen like, dude, sumo wrestling. Because I was more of a fan of the original UFC, where it was they would showcase 2 different martial arts at the same time. Now they don't do that anymore. But the old school UFC, that's what I liked about it. Because you can have a sumo wrestler and a jiu-jitsu go at it together. And it's like you saw the magic of each art, you know? And sometimes one would overcome the other, but it wasn't even about the style. It was about the skill. And to me, it was like that made me respect jiu-jitsu even more. Because I saw the majority of the winners were jiu-jitsu fighters.
What were the jiu-jitsu brothers out of Brazil?
Gracie's.
The
Gracie's.
Gracie's?
Yeah.
I remember watching a fight of one of them, and like his elbow was dislocated, and he still didn't tap out.
Gracie. Yeah, bro.
He still didn't fucking tap. It's like, dude, your fucking arm is like bent.
They're like this,
straight
and
face.
it's backwards. Yeah. They're like upside down, tied up tight, and it's like their elbows.
I remember seeing it, and I was like, are they trying to look tough, or they just don't fucking feel it?
It looked like he didn't fucking feel it. It was like, bro, your arm is gone. Like,
but they're still going.
That's them.
Yeah. But mad props to you, man, for doing that. It's impressive. But it goes back to your mental.
I'm a jack of all trades. It just comes down to that. It's like I'm a jack of all trades. Like,
and you can tell that goes into what you're doing. Like I said, you're doing either art or photography, but at the same time, it's like you're able to incorporate your skills, your vision. Your vision, because with artists, I know, right? With artists,
nobody looks at the camera.
Whether you're an actual artist or you're a photographer, you need your vision.
You do.
But then you're using your vision and incorporating vlogging, and you're incorporating other things. And the fact that you're open-minded to even do, like, let's say, do makeup, like, let's do that, like, or how you photograph every kind of, like, from photo shoots to personal to portraits to whatever, like, that's impressive, man.
It all just comes down to like being open-minded, period. Like if you limit yourself to whatever you want to do. But what do
you like? Like what do you say like, oh man, like you're so excited to do that photo shoot next? Oh. What's your thing?
For me it's creative photo shoots. Like for me it's like,
what has that entailed?
Like shoots like the ones I've done with Lisa, or like it's like we both think about like, all right, this is out of the ordinary. This isn't something that you will see every day.
It's very personal.
It's more like creative. It's like,
but personal because it's you.
Yes,
it's y'all.
Yes.
For its sake.
But at the same time, it's like, it's just like out of nowhere. It's like it's spontaneous. It's like explore. It's like just like an explosion of creativity. Like that's what I love. Like I hate being confined to like, yeah, I want to do a fitness shoot. All right, I know what that entitles to. Oh, I want to do a portrait. All right, I want to know what that.
Do you feel like?
Oh, I want to do a family shoot. You know, like.
Do you feel like whenever you go, let's say for example, okay, you have a client that says I want to do a family photo shoot. Do you feel like they're already putting you in a box, or do you go in there saying, "Do you want to try this?"
No, they put me in a box.
But do you feel like you could?
I usually.
Let me tell you why I asked this, because when we asked Lisa about how she does hers, she goes into it asking questions.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself? What do you expect from me? Sort of deal. But at the same time, as a photographer, I would think that I'm gonna go in there saying, I see this.
Mm-mm.
You don't do that?
Nah.
Okay.
As a photographer, I feel like when they ask me, like I want a family shoot, I want a whatever shoot they want, they already have the vision. I
would suggest you fucking throwing your shit out.
No, I do. I still do.
That's what I'm saying.
But whenever they do come at me, they have a vision already, and usually their vision comes from Pinterest, or it comes from like Facebook or it comes from something they've seen already.
You see,
and it's usually like that. It's usually like, I'll tell you this. It's like, hey Jesse, I love your photography, this and that, but can you do something like this?
Yeah.
And the word is but. The key word is but. They'll be like, but can you do something like this? And they'll send me sample after sample after sample after picture after picture, and I'll be like, did you get this from Pinterest? And they'll be like, yeah, I got it from Pinterest.
Okay.
So that's how you want your pictures
So it
to look
keeps
like.
you limited.
Yeah. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like,
is that tough?
it is, because I'm like,
they're the ones paying for it, so you have to
yeah,
go with
and
what
I'm
they want.
like, do you really want your pictures to look like this? And they're like,
But then it's keeping your
either
artistic
they say yes,
behavior,
or they say no, something similar to. And even when they say something similar to, I know they mean something.
That's
like
what they
that.
want.
That's
what they want.
Yeah.
So it sucks because then I have to shoot that kind of style, and at the end of the day, it's like it's not my style.
When you get commissioned in that sense, I mean, is it how many times out of 10 shoots like that do you show them your version of it and they like it better?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough.
Just because you know what, I would see myself like asking you for, like, say for example, my family portraits.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, for example, very personal, not very personal. Our family would like to take pictures with all my mother's grandkids, like at a park. She's like, I want it very natural at a park, them having fun. So to me, it's like I would reach out to a photographer and say, this is the idea that she wants. She wants them very natural at a park playing. But then to me, as the like, I'm asking you because I see a potential in you. Like, I see a potential in you, like, meaning I've seen your art, I've seen your style. Therefore, I want your style incorporated in her idea. So to me, I'd be like, I will give you, like, dude, do whatever you want. Like, your style. Oh, man. Combining it with her, the fact that she wants it all natural at a park.
If you say that, if you say your style is whatever, like, I want your style. Yeah. Because that's what I hired you for. I mean, oh my God. Like, that for me is like free range. It's like the best thing ever. But.
So people don't come up to you like that?
No. It's rare. It's really rare.
Okay, I say that because, okay, for example, many years ago, I thought about getting a tattoo. Oh my God. So, but I've learned about shopping around different tattoo artists. It's like, you have to go to the person that, what you're imagining, their style fits what you're picturing.
I agree.
Because you can't just go into any and say you want a rose. Dude, you can get a rose in
anywhere.
20 million different styles. Anywhere.
So Lisa has this beautiful tattoo on her arm. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a butterfly with a jam, and it has like some like old school like drapery on it. Like it almost looks like stones like draped over. Right? Beautiful. She could have chosen anyone to do that, but she chose a particular artist because of the way she does it. Right. And I appreciate that because she like. When it's something like that, a tattoo, it's like photography. It's like something permanent. Right. Like it's a memory that you can't take back.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would think that most people would look for their photographers the same way.
And you would think that, but it sucks because people don't. Because people think as photographers, like, oh, I didn't like the way you took these pictures. I'm gonna redo them again. But
do you get that a lot? Or do you get that?
No, it sucks. But obviously. As a photographer, it's a realization that it does happen. Okay. But at the same time, I haven't gotten it so much because they trusted me so much that
they already know what they're getting into.
It really comes out to the way they expected. Yes. But overall, it does suck because they're like, all right, it's not what I expected. It's not. I was like, do you really do that with a tattoo artist? But that same thing. At the same time,
knew what you were getting into.
They don't realize that because it's like it's not something permanent for them. Right. It's like for me, it's like, damn, this is a special moment. Like you chose me for this because it's a special moment. Right. But if you didn't like it and you're reenacting it, is it really real?
You see, and we've talked to other artists before, whether it was like comic or what, just general artists. Yeah. And they say like that's the hard thing. That's the hard part about being a commission artist is people come at you expecting something, but it's hard because like once you create it, and if they're not happy, you already spent your time and your energy and your skill for it, and you're not gonna get it for free. It's kind of like, what the fuck? What am I doing? What did I do it for? You just wasted.
Yep. You know? It's like you wasted my time and yours. It's like,
exactly.
Damn. Like,
so I see the.
Do you really like what I did or not?
I get the mind fuck without behind it. Yeah.
No. Sometimes it does happen. It happened with me with a birthday shoot. It was a
photography.
Yeah, it was a.
I see why you go more into painting.
Yeah,
because it's like you get what you get what you see.
Like I paint what I want,
right?
And if you buy it, cool. If you don't, cool. Like I don't care. Like,
al contrario, with photography, it's like you already paid for the services, and then you don't like the outcomes. Yeah. It's like weird.
So it's like
awkward.
It's a different service that you wanted. It's
okay.
Like
I get it now.
It happened with me with a family shoot. It was like a celebration for someone's birthday. It was a dad. The dad was like turning 70 or something like that, and it wasn't even the person that hired me that it turned out to be a good photo shoot with. It was the person, like somebody else, like somebody that didn't even have to do involved with that hired me or anything. They just had their 2 cents input into it, and you know, they were like, "Oh, I thought you were a professional photographer. Oh, I thought this and that."
That jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Okay.
They were just like they unloaded. They unloaded.
How do you take that? How do you take that?
Let me tell you this.
Okay.
It takes a lot of patience. Yeah. It takes a lot of like strength and awareness.
Self-discipline, dude.
Yeah, to not go off on somebody like that. It's like they belittle you. I got belittled. I got offended. And I'm telling you, not offended, because I'm not a person that gets offended easily. You can talk shit to me all day. You can be like,
just the shame, like maybe.
Yeah, you can be like, you're a piece of shit, whatever. I don't care, whatever. But they were like, oh, I thought you were professional. I thought this, I thought that, and then they just went on and on and on and on. And no matter I worked in retail all my life, from 18 years old till whatever time.
That's a good background.
I decided, customer service is a number one, right? Like
right.
with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I tried my best and I tried everything to attend to them and be like,
customer's always right. Mentality.
And this is what happened.
Yeah.
And they just kept talking shit and shitting on me, and they just blowing me up to this point where I literally had to block them. Wow. I literally had to block the number that kept messaging me.
Oh,
the number
so it wasn't even in person.
No, the number that kept calling me, the number that kept just talking down on me, and I'm like,
nah, dude.
Like, first of all, I understand this was a special event. By all means, I understand. I understand you wanted to capture it. I personally think the images came out good, but the fact that you personally feel they didn't, that's an opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can. There's other ways to let people know that.
It's that one person
but not being
everybody else liked it.
But not be an asshole.
Right.
That's true.
Because now you're wavering the thoughts of everyone else because you're manipulating them to think otherwise.
So that's entitlement. Think that your opinion means more than others.
And so then, this is a person that didn't even hire me. This is a person that was just a third party.
Being petty.
And so that came down to that point. But
how do you handle that?
But I saw it as growth. I saw it as like, okay.
I may not agree with you, but I'm trying to see your point of view.
I listen as I'm like, now I know how to handle the situation.
Right.
Now I know how to handle a situation if this event, if an event like this similarly comes up to me, I know how to handle it. I know what to take. I know what to whatever. I know what they would expect. So I saw it as growth, although even though the images came out nice and they kept them because they kept them, and I refunded half of the money. Wait,
you refunded half the money because of somebody else?
Yeah. So I
I wouldn't have done that.
And that's my customer service.
To you.
But that's my customer service experience. Like that's me being.
Did you learn from it?
Yeah, I did.
What did you learn from that?
No, I was like, don't deal with dumbass people like that. No, I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, it was like I learned not
to take criticism lightly.
Like don't let other people manipulate my thoughts like that.
Right.
And get to that level.
Right.
Where
because in that case, anybody can just complain easily, and you're gonna give them a half hour.
If I feel comfortable,
right,
with what I did, and I truly believe that I did well, then like don't ever fall. Yeah, don't ever fall for that because then.
Well, I hope you
guess what? And after so many people, like and annoying people like that, it's like. Some people are just assholes by nature, and they're gonna want to expect half of anything or free anything by nature.
Entitlement.
And I know that now that I'm older because I've lived it. And there's people
I've been led down by personal friends just by that mentality.
And there's people that are like, man, this could be the best fucking drink in the world.
You're welcome.
Water, whatever it can be, right?
You're welcome.
You're like this. You're like this. Man, damn, that was cold. Right? In your head. But then you're like...
Find something about it.
I didn't get enough ice. So, you know what? Either you take that back or you throw it away. Or I don't give a fuck what you do with it, but give me my money back.
Right.
Yeah. And that happens. Right. There's people like that. Yeah. There's people like that. And this could be then you pick it up and you're like...
I've loved and respected people, and then I've seen that.
Fuck, are you really complaining about that, bro? Come on, like no. Like, nah, man. Didn't put enough ice on it. Like, fuck that person. Like,
I've seen that type of mentality, and it's like turn off.
Yep.
Like, you can have somebody so up here, oh, they're great, they're nice people, everything, but the moment they do this, we love this project. I love this project.
No, I love it too.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Like every single person.
It's so awesome. Like. After Vegas, I'm gonna have y'all on my vlog.
That's what's up.
And I hope y'all can.
Like, absolutely.
I hope y'all can find some time and we can do it and just talk and just chill. And like
will bring our own bottle. Will you provide drinks or?
Yeah, I got y'all this time. And then we can. I'll do Bullet Rye.
Okay.
But it's on me this time. And then.
Have you tried the 12-year reserve? Because there was 2 bottles there when I saw them, and I was like,
I haven't tried the 12-year.
Okay, I'm glad. I was nervous. I'm like, I hope I'm not letting you down with this.
Well, no, the 12-year is a little more expensive.
It is, but I feel like I saw the reviews online. I'm telling you, I went to Specs and I'm like,
thank you. No, and thank you for getting rye. Period.
Okay,
because there's Bullet Rye, and then this 12.
Yeah. I feel like it was a safe bet.
So I have a. Johnny Walker, which is like one of my top favorites, like overall, but they're pretty high end. Okay. I have an 18-year reserve on it.
Nice.
And I have it at home. It was gifted by a good friend, and he gifted it to me for my birthday. And he was like, "Bro, this is for you." And I was like, "Oh shit, bro, that's like $160."
Yeah.
I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, for real.
Thank you. And it's there, and it's like, nice. For me, it's like, I guess. End of year, depending on how my situation goes and how well JexseStudios flourishes, it's like that's when I'm open. You know?
Right. Yeah, celebration.
And it's gonna be like, let me pour it up for everyone that was there. And
supporters and shit like that.
Yeah, so
that's how I feel about this, man.
So I'm excited, and it's like that's what I want for y'all. It's
right.
But after I come from Vegas, it's like. I'm gonna do my own little vlog then. And I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna incorporate y'all in there.
Nice.
And it's like, I'm just excited. And after I come back, I want to do one with just us explaining about what y'all do. And after that, it's just having fun, just chilling, drinking, and
we're up for it, man. We're excited.
I'll bring Lisa, and you know,
please.
She'll be in my vlog.
I'm so there.
I'll let you meet my sister too.
What's up? Hey!
Don't fucking feed me, bro.
We'll have the bro.
Y'all be on number. We're good.
Man, no, but
we'll make it fun.
We appreciate you coming on our little podcast.
I have y'all, like, man, I couldn't thank y'all more for having me here, and I know it's like, Lisa was like, damn, you know, I feel bad. She
Why?
Is this recording or what?
Yeah,
it's recording.
She was like, you know, I rescheduled on them like so many times, and I feel bad. And she was like, I told me yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. It's like, but damn, oh no, but this comes out.
Yeah, that's true. Because she was one of the first ones to confirm. Yeah, it was always something.
But no, we appreciate that too.
But it's because she's
everybody's
so
the same
busy.
way.
Yeah.
She's like, she's very. When she
but
says
that's an entrepreneur.
busy, yeah.
That's a brand owner. They're busy. We're busy.
When she says she's busy, she's busy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't really take that away from her because it's like, you know, she's making money and you don't want to take that away from her.
We appreciate that 100% because even somebody that we're interviewing this week, and they rescheduled because they had to take a gig in Dallas.
Exactly.
Right.
And that says a lot about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like
that's why I try to make it as fun as possible. Like we're gonna drink. We're working, but we're gonna be drinking. We're gonna have fun. Like, we want you to relax.
But I love the fact that it's like this is as real as you can get with a podcast. It's like it's like you start off sober and then you end up drunk, and it's like. But real shit comes out when you're drunk. It's like I said, it's like sober thoughts.
We're not business.
Like you mentioned earlier, like we weren't acknowledging the camera. Like we appreciate the viewers and everything, but this is a conversation between friends.
That's right.
Getting to know each other, having a drink. That's all it is.
And you want they're involved, but you want them to see the real.
I mean, even the ones that question it, like, well, why are you doing it? And it's, to me, like the easiest way I can picture is like, dude. All my friends are married and I like to drink with them. So what's the best way to have a busy married person drink with you? Talk about their shit.
Yep.
I'm serious. Like he's fucking married. He has a lot of shit going on. And he's the first person I thought, like, dude, we can do this. And every person, you, Lisa, like every person we've had on, they have a family, they have a 9 to 5, they're doing their own hustle. Yep. What do they want to do? Just fucking relax and talk about their hustle. About the hustle.
Yep.
And that's what we're here for, dude. I'll provide the drinks. Let's talk about your shit.
Yep.
And I'm having fun. I have fun. I'm learning. And like, I'm building a network of people that have the same mentality.
Any reason to get drinks on a weekday. Let's do it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I drink with my married friends.
One more time before we take off. How can people get in touch with you? What do you do and how can they reach you?
Instagram, Facebook, website,
photography, videography,
Pornhub, whatever you got.
painting, Pornhub, whatever you want. It's at JexseStudios.
He said
JexseStudios.
Okay.
All platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to hit me on. Please do so.
Tumblr, Pornhub, everything like you said.
I love to share information as far as like anything goes.
Okay.
If you have questions about how to use your camera, how to like lighting, editing, anything, let me know.
You should do them for beer control, man.
I should.
You have a nice beer. I'm serious.
Beer product reviews.
Like what kind of beer products I use? None.
All natural,
Head and
baby.
Shoulders.
All natural.
All natural, baby. Me too.
But I would love to just like pick y'all's brains, y'all pick minds, and we exchange information, just grow together.
That's right. That's what we're here for.
By the way, that's it, man. It's like I love y'all. I thank you for having me.
He's drunk.
Nope. Not yet. I still need another bottle.
Shit.
Damn.
Shit. That's a challenge right there.
We appreciate you coming on. We really do.
That's right.
Y'all make sure and like, subscribe, and turn that little bell to notifications. Make sure and subscribe.
All right, here. Let me hit y'all up. All right. So if this is on YouTube, go ahead and make sure you hit subscribe. Because these guys are the fucking best and you're going to just get awesome content from that. Hit the bell so you get notifications whenever they upload new content. And I can't wait to see this and other podcasts uploaded. So make sure you do that. Follow them at
Let's Grab a Drink Podcast.
All right. The acronym.
All right.
LGADPC.
All right, cool.
All platforms.
Is that on platforms? Is that YouTube too? If it's on YouTube,
we need to get to that 100. So
So we'll make sure we get this uploaded, lift it, share it with everyone, and
just do it.
If you're interested in doing this drinking with us,
it's cool. It's fun.
I'll be here in the background.
Drinks on me, really.
Yeah.
I can sit where my backpack
We're gonna get Jesse as a special guest host one day. So
I'll probably do behind the scenes and everything. But other than that, cheers.
Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate
Thank y'all for having me.
Thanks, guys.
I can't wait to see this.
Woo-hoo.
And Let's make it happen.
All right.
All right, let's get how many subscribers do I have?
Currently
59?
56.
I think
56
On YouTube?
on YouTube.
All right, how about podcast?
None.
Are you on
We
podcast
haven't put podcasts yet. We're still learning.
We're so early.
Corazon.
Are we running back? Are we running behind?
No. Y'all just haven't uploaded? All right, let's do that. All right, so 56 on YouTube. Let's get to 100 by the end
that's what
of next month.
That's a goal.
100.
That's a goal.
100.
Really.
That ain't nothing. Let's do it.
It's really not. Yeah, we can do
All right.
it. It's doable.
Let's do it.
All right.
So as soon as y'all share this, let me know.
out in the
We'll get it
universe.
to 100. All right, let's edit this.
Thanks,
Get
guys.
it rolling. Cheers.
Woo!
Sorry, Lisa, but Babe wins.
Microphone's right here. I love this.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.